And please do share the live as well. If everybody shares the live right now with one person, it'll push the live out to more people, which is a big win. It's a massive win in America. I'll tell you what. Again, you look at China and you look at Russia, and everybody agrees that Johnny's very nice. So come on up. If you're voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation, okay? One more time. If you're voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a conversation about it. Don't be shy. Did you see the Republican rally for Harris? I did. Wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that absolutely amazing? I love how she's going with the country over party theme. I love that so much. Especially as somebody, like, I voted for Democrats and I voted for Republicans. So the country over party theme, I love. Again, folks, we're going to jump into our first guest now. But if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. Okay? All right. Oh, that cough. Hello, guest. Are you voting for Donald J. Trump?
Go fuck yourself.
No, hold on. Let me clutch my pearls. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I've been insulted. Oh, what am I going to do? My pearls. I got to clutch them. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Hold on. In the arms of the angel, fly away. Do you know how I know that guy was scared for his life after he said that? He literally ran away. He said it and then ran away. He like ran away. Like, do we all recognize he said it and then sprinted away as fast as he possibly could? Like, let's be so real. That was embarrassing. Hi, guest. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
No, sir.
Well, I appreciate you coming up. I am just looking to talk to Trump supporters right now. If you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a conversation, okay? Run, Forrest, run.
Hi. Why are you voting for Kamala? Let me hear it. Tell me why.
Fetus, deletus, poof, and he's gone. Let's get up our next guest. Jessica, thank you so much. Let me read. Jessica, what was that message? What did Jessica just ask? I have been to Blair County, Pennsylvania. I haven't been to Blair County in a little while, but I do want to say a massive thank you for the $5, Jessica. And I hope to come back to Blair. I love Blair. It's a beautiful area. Could be a little bluer, but it's a beautiful area. I've been to Blair a few times, actually. It's very nice. Hi, guest. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Hi, yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, although I wish I couldn't. So why are you voting for the convicted felon?
Well, I'm actually, it's okay if you boot me for this. I actually have a question on some other things that aren't really as important on this debate. But
listen, if you want to ask about my tattoos, yes, it took me a long time, and I'm very happy with how 75% of them turned out. So tell me again, why are you voting for the convicted felon?
If you want to boot me, it's fine, and I completely get it, but I have some other political questions that don't necessarily have to do with the
That's
most
fine and dandy,
important.
but yeah, then you are going to get booted because the conversation's about Kamala or Trump, right? So, all right, have a nice day.
Okay.
Hello, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes, I am.
Ew.
Yeah, he's great. Just look at his track record. Look at his track record.
Oh yeah, 34 felony counts, sexual abuse, and civil fraud. What a great track record. Wow.
You gonna let me respond, or are you just gonna talk over me?
Did I talk over you? I'm talking very quietly. I didn't even go full blown Italian yet. I mean, if you think this is talking over you, just wait.
Are you gonna
and for the
interrupt me, or are you
reference,
gonna have a
for the record, I will be interrupting you and talking over you. Yes. Welcome to life. So why are you voting for a criminal?
You simply can't handle another person's opinion, so you decide to talk over them, right? Yeah.
Why are you voting for the criminal?
You're a short-tempered Italian fuck.
The gaslighting here is wild. It's like, calm down. This isn't that dramatic. Oh, he ran away. Did everybody see how emotional that one got? Literally, I wasn't even talking over him. Do we see how like how demure, how cutesy I was being. I was being so nice, and he got so emotional so quick. I think that what happened was he came up and then realized it was a bad decision for him to come up because he wasn't prepared. And so then he started crying and ran away. To that guest, come on back up. I was being so calm. Like, that was mild, Johnny.
You doing it for Trump? You voting for Trump, no?
Yeah, but...
Or are you voting for Camila?
What is going on right now? Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah, are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yeah, what's up?
You have backup with you too, huh?
I mean, I guess.
Do I get backup too? Cool, I want backup too. Let me get a guest up here. Who wants to come on up?
I mean, I don't really like...
No, I don't get backup? That's not fair. So why are you voting for the convicted felon?
I mean... Well... Over the past 4 years, the prices have gone up and shit, so...
No, inflation is down, right? Inflation's at 2.4%. Inflation in 2018 when Donald Trump was president was also 2.4%. Let's also recognize here that if higher costs are still in existence at the grocery store, but inflation is down, why might that be? Let's use reasoning on this. If inflation is down, that means the Biden-Harris administration did their part. If costs are still high, nope, listen, let's learn. So again, if inflation is down to exactly what it was in 2018, but costs are still high at the grocery store, why might that be? Okay, corporate greed. Got it? Okay, so why are you voting for the criminal? If that was solely what it was, then obviously you'd be endorsing Kamala Harris right now. Because you aren't, it's got to be something else. So why are you voting for the felon?
Well, I'm also pro-life.
But you're voting for Donald Trump? Donald Trump's not pro-life. Donald Trump doesn't have a single pro-life policy in his platform. Kamala Harris has the pro-life policy on her platform. Kamala's giving a $6,000 permanent child tax credit to first-time parents so they have kids. Donald Trump doesn't have a single policy to support the mother after she gives birth. Did you not know he's not pro-life? Did you think he was pro-life?
Well, I mean, isn't...
You know Melania Trump is pro-choice, right? And Donald Trump isn't pro-choice or pro-life. He doesn't want the mother to have an abortion, and he doesn't want to give the mother any money to have a baby. He's not pro-choice or pro-life. He's made that very clear.
Well, what's Kamala then?
Kamala is pro-choice and pro-life. Kamala says if you're a woman and you want to have an abortion, have the abortion. However, if you don't want to have the abortion, then she's going to give you money, like a $6,000 permanent child tax credit, to financially support that baby. Donald Trump is saying we're not going to give the mother anything. No abortion, no money, no nothing. He's not pro-choice or pro-life. He's nothing.
Well, I'm really not pro-abortion.
Okay, that's fine. But are you pro-life?
I mean, yeah, but...
Then you'd be voting for Kamala, right? Because Donald Trump doesn't have a single pro-life policy on his platform.
But I
Kamala
wouldn't be
does.
voting for Kamala because if she's pro-abortion, that's against what I'm going for.
You're voting for Donald Trump, though, but let's recognize Donald Trump's not pro-life. Let's break this down. Do you believe in exceptions for rape, incest, life of the mother?
Say that again?
So if a woman is raped, the victim of incest, or her life is at risk, should she be allowed to have an abortion?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that topic, it's pretty debatable, you know. But...
That's not debatable. It was just a yes or no. If a woman is raped, the victim of incest, or her life is at risk, should she be allowed to have an abortion?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so, because...
You don't think so? So if a 12-year-old... Okay, let me get this right. So if a 12-year-old...
I don't believe in murder.
Okay.
I mean, it's wrong to be raped.
Ready?
I mean,
if a 12-year-old little... This is a true story. If a 12-year-old little girl got raped by her uncle, should she be forced to have her uncle's baby? Wow. That's evil. I mean, that's beyond evil.
Well,
and this isn't a hypothetical. This happened. This is a real story.
Well, there's a lot of real stories, you know, but
Okay, but you're saying that a 12-year-old little girl who gets raped by her uncle should be forced to carry her uncle's baby. You understand she's 12? You're saying that she should be forced to have her
Well, the thing
uncle-
is, like-
she should, hold on. So this little
Those-
girl, this 12-year-old little girl should be forced to have her father's brother's baby. That's,
Well, no.
You think that's normal? You think that's not evil?
obviously that's not normal. But I'm saying,
Okay,
like, people.
but do you
people
understand
shouldn't
that's
use-
not pro-life?
I'm just saying
that's
people shouldn't use
anti-freedom
that.
and forced birth. That's,
Shouldn't use that.
No, they should
as
use
an
that.
Example.
You don't want to use that as an example because then it makes clear you're not pro-life. You are pro-forced birth, and that's evil. You're saying a 12-year-old little girl who was raped by her uncle, and this is again a true story, should be forced to carry her uncle's baby. That's evil. Like that is the definition of evil, evil. You understand that? That's not pro-life. Pro-life is when you support a mother's right to choose and you support a mother after she gives birth financially. Donald Trump doesn't support a woman's right to choose, and he doesn't want to offer a woman any funds to have a baby. So you're not pro-life. You're evil.
Evil.
Yes. It is evil to tell a 12-year-old little girl to carry her uncle's baby. That's evil. That's
anyone
evil.
anyone who sins is evil.
No. What you
so
just said.
How do
that
you get
wanna
decide
force-
who's evil? How do you get
You
to
just
decide who's
said
evil?
that you want to force a 12-year-old little girl to have her uncle's baby. That is
I
evil.
never even said that. You asked
did.
me that, and then
Right, and you said yes, you would force her to have the baby. That makes you evil.
What? Now you're putting words in my mouth. I never
Okay,
said
let me
yes.
ask you again. So everybody heard you the first time, but let's do this again. If a 12-year-old little girl is raped by her uncle, should she be forced to have the baby?
No.
Now you're saying no. See, because I called you evil and you got called out. Now you're changing
I
it
said
to no.
I said no before.
You said yes,
you probably
and
talked
you
over me.
repeated it. Chat, did he say yes or no the first time? Did he say yes, she should be forced to have the baby, or no the first time? What did he say the first time? Again, Jose, you know this is recorded, right? He said yes. Yeah, everybody heard you. So now you're saying no. Great. So you had a learning lesson here. That means that's a good thing. That means you're learning here. That means you realize that what you said was evil when you said it the first time. And that's good that you're now changing your position. So tell me again, if you believe that women deserve freedom, if you believe that you should financially support a woman should she choose with her body to give birth, wouldn't you be supporting Kamala? Why are you voting for Donald Trump, who is pro-forced birth, who just did what apparently now you disagree with? Force a 12-year-old girl to give birth to her uncle's baby. I mean, look at Kate Cox. Non-viable pregnancy, was never going to give birth. Donald Trump's abortion ban forced her to seek refuge elsewhere for an emergency abortion, for a non-viable pregnancy. Here, let me get up another guest. Her name's Amber Thurman. Oh, I can't, because Donald Trump's abortion ban cost her her life. So why are you voting for Donald Trump and then claiming to be pro-life? You're not pro-life. Did I break you? Did you break?
I mean,
Yeah, you broke, huh? We count of three, hocus pocus, 1, 2, 3, hocus pocus, poof, and he's gone. Let's get up our next guest. He literally had no idea what to say. Literally no idea what to say. Hi, Maya, are you voting for the criminal?
No, sir. I will not be doing that.
I appreciate you coming up. Folks, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. Thank you, Mark, for the $5 on Venmo. I appreciate it. Folks, if you do want to support me like Mark, then my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are in my bio. Hi, Ghost. Are you voting for the criminal?
Absolutely.
Why'd you say it like that? I was like, are you voting for the grapist? And you were like, yeah, great. Like, calm down, Tiger. It's not that energetic.
You didn't say rape.
It's really, listen, calm down. It's not that exciting.
Yeah.
So why are you voting for a convicted felon? Calm down now, Tiger. It's not that exciting to vote for a rapist. Why are you voting for a felon, a rapist, a civil fraudster?
Yeah, it's civil again, because I'm not falling for the tricks on the Democratic Party. And I
What does
understand
that? Oh gosh, what does
understand
that
the
even?
Democrat. Yeah, well, it means that the Democratic Party is the party that started the KKK, that passed all the Jim Crow laws.
Oh my gosh, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
Can you calm down?
I'm very calm, sir.
Okay, do you know the difference between the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and the MAGA Party?
It's Democrat and Republicans.
Donald Trump is not a Republican. Let's be honest. There is a distinct difference. Hold on. There is a significant difference between like the Liz Cheneys and the Donald Trumps. There's even a massive difference between Donald Trump and Nikki Haley.
And there's a difference between Kamala
All
Harris.
right. So again, listen very closely.
Right.
Let's break this down.
Right.
The Republican Party. I need you to listen here. Are you listening? Are you listening?
Sure, I'll listen to you.
Okay. So, Texas, thank you so much. I appreciate the galaxy. Let's make something very clear. The Republican Party at one point claimed to have been the veteran party, the military party, the economic party, the conservative party, the pro-life party. That is no longer Donald Trump and the MAGA party. Republicans haven't changed, and that's why they're voting for Kamala. Like the 700 security officials from Republican administrations, there's a reason Republicans are going to Kamala. Like how Nikki Haley endorsed Donald Trump because she wants a job in his admin, but how all of her voters went to Kamala.
Yeah, and that's the
So
reason
hold on,
why-
I'm not done. So let's recognize that Donald Trump. Hold on, let's recognize that Donald Trump. All right, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna shut up, or I'll shut you up myself. Understand? Okay, great. So listen real closely here. Donald Trump doesn't reflect the conservative economic stance because he threw middle-class Americans under the bus with his $230 billion tax hike for the middle class via his tariffs, and he threw the middle class under his bus with the $8 trillion deficit. That was the cause of his 14% corporate tax deduction. Do we understand that? Donald Trump isn't Republican in the stance of veterans, because I'd like to think Republicans support veterans, but Donald Trump exploited the graves of soldiers at Arlington National Cemetery for a photo op. Donald Trump refused to negotiate a deal with Russia to bring home U.S. Marine Paul Whelan. Donald Trump couldn't own up to the fact that bounties were put on the heads of our soldiers. He refused to hold Vladimir Putin accountable for that. Donald Trump dodged the draft and saluted a North Korean soldier, a photo currently being used as war propaganda. Right? That's the economy. That's military. Do we understand this? Donald Trump also shut down the bipartisan border deal. In no sense is Donald Trump a Republican, so stop playing. Now again, why are you voting for a criminal?
So anytime you get schooled, that's what you do, is you mute people?
Yeah, you got schooled and I muted you so that I could speak. You're welcome. I did a public service by shutting you up. So now answer the fucking question. Answer the question. Hey. Eyes on me, guest.
Yeah.
Eyes on me. Answer the question. If you can't answer the question, that's okay. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me, guest. I'm gonna ask again, guest. Guest, are you ready? Eyes on me, guest. I'm gonna ask you again. 1, 2, 3. Guest, when you're talking with your mouth hole, you're not using your ear holes to listen. All right. So 1, 2, 3, guest. Let's try to do this one more time. Why are you voting for the criminal?
Well, I'm guessing that you're voting for Kamala.
Let me teach you some way to say criminal.
Kamala, which
Listen
makes sense.
very closely.
Because you're gay. If I was gay like you, I would vote for Kamala's.
Yo, he's throwing homophobia out here. I knew it was coming. I knew that he was going to throw homophobia out here, obviously, because he's ignorant and he doesn't know a single policy, so he can't talk about that, so he has to jump into insulting. If you want to support me, feel free to support me via my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. And I want you to know every cent from what I'm about to get is going to go towards gas, and I'm going to go travel to a local LGBTQ plus center, and I'm going to bring them fucking cookies, and I'm going to say, these are from you, and I'm going to use your personal name on your account, and I'm going to have a beautiful party for them. That's what we're going to do. Understood? That's going to be in your name. That's because you want to insult me. You want to insult the fact that I'm LGBTQ plus. Then I'm going to do some good with that. We're going to go do some good with that. You understand me? So we're going to go make some cookies and we're going to deliver them. Understood? Yeah. You like that? You like that? Now, why don't you say something sexist too? Because then I'm going to go donate to Planned Parenthood. And I'm not even kidding. I'll post this in my story later. It's going to have your name on it. So now answer the question. Answer the question. Why are you voting? Answer the question. Why are you voting for a felon?
Because the Democratic Party is the party of war, of the KKK, of the Jim Crow laws, of the people.
You know what's wild? The projection.
There's no projection. This is fact. There's
You
no
quite
projection.
literally
This
were
is
calling
fact.
me out for being LGBTQ plus, but the
Well,
closet's
because it makes
class.
sense.
Do you
That's what
understand
you
that?
don't understand is
But
that there's
listen,
reasons
everybody
why
in
you
the
would vote
chat-
for both.
everybody in the
example,
chat
if I was gay, I would vote for
is-
Kamala. I would not vote for Trump if I was gay.
But
Because
the
Trump's
projection
policies
is
don't align
wild.
with mine if I'm gay.
Okay,
so
the
with you
closet
being
is
gay,
class.
that's what you would vote for.
Whoa, Jess! Oh
makes
my
sense.
gosh. Hold on.
makes sense.
All right, on the count of three, folks, we're doing a bippity boppity boo. Jess just contributed $45. Jess, 3, 2, 1. Bippity boppity boop. We're deleting you. Goodbye, Ghost. Oh, he's gone. The magic is real in America. Jess, I want you to know, I really am going to be using some of that to go make cookies and deliver them, because you got to do some good when people are just being so negative. You know what I mean? Like, do some good here. Let's get some W Jesses in the chat, please. Thank you so much, Jess. That was so nice. Hello, Matt. Oh, in Virginia. Thank you for the $5 as well. Matt,
What's
hi.
up?
Are you voting for the criminal?
I am voting for the criminal.
Ew. Why?
Because what has Kamala done? Explain to me this. And I'm
Who's
going to shoot
Kamala?
your facts down real fast.
Who is
Because you have
Kamala?
no idea what you're talking about.
Who is Kamala?
Who's Kamala? Yeah, that's her name,
Yep.
Kamala.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. He's not a
I don't
criminal.
know
When
who
has he
you're
been
talking
proven
about.
guilty?
Who
He's
is
never been- he's never-
Kamala?
Explain to me how he's a criminal. I still
I don't
haven't
know.
figured
I
this
don't know
out.
who we're talking about. You just said Kamala. Who is Kamala? I like the way your
Explain-
voice is shaking. Are you okay?
Explain-
You sound
explain
very
to me how
nervous.
Trump's a
You don't
criminal.
do these live streams much, do you?
Oh, I do live streams. I do them more than
Are
you.
you sure? Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
sound very
Oh, yeah.
nervous.
Oh, yeah. I'm not nervous.
Yeah?
I'm just trying to
Are
shoot
you
your
sure?
facts down because you're an idiot. You have no
Okay.
idea what you're talking about.
This
You're an
guy's
idiot.
very emotional.
You're
Drop
an
a
idiot.
20 and I'll kick him. Matt, listen real closely to me on this. First, the issue at the get-go is the fact that you have an American flag in your profile photo, but you're voting for the guy who violated Flag Code Chapter 4 Title 1 by
No, he
signing the
didn't.
U.S. flag.
No, he
Yes,
didn't.
did.
He wants to
signed
punish
the
everyone that
United
burns the
States-
flag. He wants to punish.
Sir,
No,
calm
no.
down.
Shh,
Matt,
don't shush me. You're a fucking moron.
Matt, I know you're still screaming, but I did mute you. Maybe you don't recognize that. You're on mute right now because you're very emotional. Calm down. Are the roids getting to you? Listen real close. Donald Trump violated flag code by signing the United States flag. And I know that you have the flag in your profile photo as we speak, so you're a hypocrite. Congrats. Now, tell me, why are you voting for a criminal? Go ahead.
I am voting for a criminal because he's already proven this country the last 4 years that he knows what he's doing.
Is he served?
Were you in the military?
You have backup with you right now?
Were you in the military?
You have backup with you right
Were
now.
you in the military?
Shh, quiet. Quiet. Time count to 10. Take a breather. You have backup with you right now? Oh, he ran away. He ran away. Wow. Yeah, notice how he got called out for being a hypocrite because of the whole Chapter 4 Title 1 on flag code. And then he had backup with him because he needed his daddy with him. Guest, I thought you just said you were going to slap me down. What happened? Wait, what happened? I thought that you were about to slap me down. What happened? You got scared? But I thought you said that you were about to slap down on my facts. Oh, shucks. Didn't you just say you were going to slap me down? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, no. What happened? We have a runner. No. Let's get some cow emojis in the chat, please, in honor of that guest. Moo. What happened? He said he was going to slap me down and all my facts, and then he ran away. Oh, gosh, I guess he got nervous. I knew he was going to run away because I heard his voice. His voice was shaking. He was very, very nervous. That's why he couldn't control the emotions either. Hi, cowgirl. Are you voting for the criminal?
He hasn't been convicted.
Okay, come on now. Like, ma'am, you look smart. Are you smart? Do you know he was convicted?
Did you watch
ma'am,
Law
one more
and
time.
Order?
Ma'am, you
There's
look
a
smart.
2012.
Ma'am, I'm not watching
Law and
watching
Order.
television. Oh my gosh, ma'am, I'm not watching
And
Law and
Eugene
Order on television.
Carroll.
Ma'am, I'm not watching Law and Order on television to decide the fate of cases in real life. Ma'am, that's like watching somebody perform surgery. That's like watching somebody perform surgery on Grey's Anatomy and thinking that's how you do it in real life. So listen closely on this. You look smart. I'm trying to find out if you are smart. You just said Donald Trump wasn't convicted. Do you recognize he was in fact convicted on 34 felony counts by a unanimous jury appointed by his own lawyers? Do you understand that?
Let's talk about Eugene Carroll.
You didn't answer, so that worries me. Do you understand
let's talk
that?
about Eugene Carroll.
Well, you're still not answering. So
She
again,
copied,
all right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's just not true. I appreciate the.
Yes, it is true.
Listen.
If anybody looks
we're
at the
straight up conspiracy
2012
theorists, ma'am. Shut up.
No, it's
shut
not
up.
conspiracy.
Shut up and listen. Shut up and listen. Oh my gosh! Hey.
They will see that.
All
it's
right.
the
I don't
same
want to have to use the mute
storyline.
button. Shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you. Understood? I don't want to have to use the mute button, but I will use the mute button. Like, the fact you got to have me raise my voice at you like my Italian father speaks volumes to how ignorant you are. Ma'am, I asked you to answer a goddamn question. Did Donald Trump receive 34 felony convictions? Yes or no? Now, you may unmute and answer that question. It's giving roaches for raid.
No, I just
Tyra,
wanna,
you're right.
wanna
Tyra
make that
is
point.
absolutely
You
right.
wondered why.
Ma'am, answer the
Conspiracy, it's not
question.
conspiracy.
All right, back on mute. Count to 10, you're in timeout. You sit in timeout until I tell you you're out. You understand? So one more time. The question was, did Donald Trump receive 34 felony convictions? Unmute and answer. You may now come out of timeout. Unmute. Let's go. Out of timeout. All right. Did he have those 34 felony convictions? Yes or no?
That was not a legit
Terry,
thing.
thank you for the
No.
$5. I appreciate it, Terry. All right. He received 34 felony convictions by a unanimous jury that ruled he was guilty. John, thank you so much for the
It's
$10
biased.
on PayPal. That's so nice, John. Also, John, W. Johns. Let's get some W. Johns in the chat. Gotta love a good John. Johns are great. Never met a John I didn't like. Well,
It was a
there's Mike
biased
Johnson,
jury.
but that doesn't count because it's Mike Johnson. Anyway, did you say something? I wasn't listening to you.
It was a biased jury.
That doesn't make sense. His lawyers appointed the jury, ma'am. He paid lawyers and they appointed the jury. He paid people to appoint the jury. You understand that?
That doesn't make sense.
No, that literally does. He paid lawyers to represent him, and those lawyers had the responsibility of selecting the jury who
That
found
don't
him
sound
guilty.
credible.
Ma'am,
That
that's
does
how it
not
works.
sound credible.
Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about. That is how the court works. That's the court system, ma'am. I don't know what to tell you.
Just look at the episode in 2012 and it will
I'm not
listen
watching
to the
television.
Eugene
Go watch an
Carroll.
episode of SpongeBob
Listen to the
SquarePants.
Eugene Carroll thing in 2012 and
Ma'am, I am not watching television to decide whether or not what you're saying is true. That's some BS right there. Let's all turn on an episode.
It can be
Hold on.
proven.
Let's
It can be
solve.
proven.
Listen closely. Let's solve the homicide by watching Blue's Clues. Are you out of your mind?
No, it had the same storyline as Eugene
Ma'am, I am not watching Blue's Clues to solve a crime. Like this is your justification
No,
for
I'll
why
let
you're a
you watch
conspiracy
it.
theorist.
I'll let you watch
Ma'am,
it, and
do
then
you
you
understand,
can
ma'am?
watch it, and then,
Ma'am, do you understand that you are in fact a conspiracy theorist?
It can be proven, though.
It
That's the
can't
thing.
be. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
if you watch
the fact
the
of the matter is,
2012
you are a
episode-
conspiracy theorist, and it's frightening to know that people like you run around saying this stuff. Why would you think something like this? Who told you such a thing? Do you genuinely think that the criminal justice system of the United States wouldn't be able to recognize if something was taken from an episode of Law and Order? How insane are you to think such a thing? That is,
It can be proven, though.
no,
Watch
man, it can't. That is beyond insane.
No,
it's giving
it's not.
Q.
I can
Ma'am,
show
this
it
is
to
some
you. I'll
Q
go on
stuff.
later and I'll
Ma'am,
bring it to
this
you,
is
and
some
then we can
Q
watch on the
stuff right
screen.
now. Ma'am, this is some Q stuff right now, okay?
No, we can watch it on the screen.
Ma'am, you're a conspiracy theorist who is justifying the crimes of a convicted felon and sexual abuser. You're
The
not in the
Eugene
right.
Carroll thing.
Ma'am,
I'm talking
ma'am,
about that.
ma'am,
That is from
ma'am.
anybody can watch the episode
Ma'am,
in 2012.
this
I can
is
bring
QAnon.
that up.
You are
I will
QAnon.
have it on my TikTok
Ma'am,
if anybody on my page if anybody wants to watch
all right,
it.
she's not
and then-
listening. Are you done? I know. Listen, it's only 8:00 on the East Coast, 5 on the West. I don't understand if you're like something right now, but you need to calm down. First off, the screaming over people with your conspiracy theories, You're a blatant conspiracy theorist. Nobody's going to keep an eye out for your episode of Law and Order where you think that Donald Trump's crime was based off of Law and Order. No, ma'am. Donald Trump's crime was based off of the countless evidence and witnesses put up against him in the justice system where a bipartisan unanimous jury appointed by his own lawyers ruled he was guilty. You're crazy. And I hope you know that. I genuinely hope you know that. Like, to be clear, I'm not insulting you. I'm recommending you seek mental help. Again, I'm not insulting you. I'm telling you that I, in my personal expertise, believe you need mental help. Okay? All right, let's get you back on here. Unmute. So, instead of saying why he's not a criminal, do me a favor. Do you know Donald Trump's border policy?
I'm just going to tell you
Perfect.
that.
Do you want to build the wall?
I already heard you talk about this.
Yeah, do you want to build the wall? Oh, you a fan, huh? You listen to me a lot, don't you?
I work with illegals. I'm gonna say that I'm fine with them coming in the right way.
Do you want to build the wall? You just said you work with illegals.
Yes, I do. They
Wow,
were
way to call
best
them out.
over, but they
Y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. So again, ma'am, according to Donald Trump's plan, you just said that you're working with illegals and you know it. You understand you would be criminally charged for that under Donald Trump,
I
correct?
didn't hire them though.
Ma'am, it does not matter. You know they are there.
They were
And listen closely. Listen closely. You know they are there, and you did not call to report that.
They're not. They're not.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Citizens.
One more time.
They're
Right,
not
one more
legal
time.
citizens.
Correct. One more time.
Okay,
If they
so
are
that means
illegal,
that they're-
ma'am, listen, if they are illegal immigrants who are working with you and you just said they are, and you said you know they're there, and you did not call to report that, then under Donald Trump, you are committing a crime.
Well, then you're
Do you
going to have
understand?
to ask Harris about that. What,
No,
I mean, why
under
they're
Donald
being brought
Trump's
in.
plan, what you just said is a felony. You understand you committed a felony. You just admitted to it. This is videotaped, by the way. You just admitted to the felony. You understand?
I'm not worried.
Well, you're about to end up in the same prison cell as Donald Trump, so I'd be worried. So now let's expand on
Well,
this a
that'd be
little
cool.
further. I'm sure you would think it would be, but considering how close he gets to other
you know
women,
what?
I'd
My
probably take a
daughter's
step
your
back.
age. She does
That's
not
so
talk or
great.
treat people
well,
like you
hopefully
do
your
on
daughter
your
doesn't
lives.
end up like a felon like you're about to be. So again, you want to build the wall? Yes or no?
She's a clinical psychiatrist. and
Congrats.
she can
Well,
watch
apparently
your
she's not
live
doing a
and
good
see
job
if you're
with you.
sane.
She's a psychiatrist, but
Seriously.
you're like this. Okay, do you want to build the wall? Yes or no? Is this a tough question? Did I stutter? Do you want to build the wall? Yes or no?
Well, I'm glad
Did
you're
I break
smiling.
you? Did she break?
that's pretty
Apparently
cool.
I broke her. Apparently she
You-
broke.
Get your wand out. I want to see your wand.
Listen, can you answer the question?
I want to see your wand.
Can you answer the question? I feel,
Entertain me.
honestly, I'm disappointed in your daughter for letting you, and you claiming that she's a psychiatrist. I'm disappointed in your daughter, and I mean that. If she's my age, and
She's
this is
your
how,
age and
listen
she doesn't
closely.
treat
Listen
people.
closely. I want
The
you to
Democrat
understand.
Party,
I mean this
I can
sincerely.
tell when I'm on
All
their
quiet.
live because-
I mean this so sincerely. If my mother was like you, and this spewing conspiracies, spewing this kind of rhetoric, saying this kind of stuff, showing hypocrisies, saying that you're harboring illegal immigrants and then you want to get them out as well, but you're not going to report it, saying that you're committing felonies like you are, I would take care of my mother. I would ensure she received treatment. But fortunately, my mother is a brilliant woman. I'm disappointed in your daughter because she's letting you act like this in a public audience of 1,500 people. That is deeply disappointing. I mean this sincerely. That is awful. Like, I feel for you, ma'am. I genuinely feel for you. That is awful. That is not how I was raised to treat my mother. That is truly awful. And I'm sorry that your daughter is doing this to you. So, if you want to unmute, we can continue to slap you down. Do you want to build the wall?
2024.
Do you want to build the wall?
He's going to be right in there.
He's not going to be in there in 2024. What do you
Yes,
mean?
he is.
You just said he's going to be
Look
in
at
there in
all the
2024.
supporters, even in other countries. In
Ma'am.
other countries, they're all
Ma'am,
supporting him
Inauguration
because
Day
he's
is not in 2024.
He's for peace. We don't have
Ma'am.
wars going on under him.
Ma'am, Inauguration Day is not in 2024. Okay, now please answer the question. Do you want to build the wall? All right, somebody got to take the bottle away from this woman. Like, this is awful. I can't believe what. All right, we're gonna get up our next guest, folks. On the count of 3, hocus pocus. 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus. Poof. Somebody needs to take the bottle away from her. That, I mean, literally, the fact that she brought up her daughter and was like, "My daughter's a psychiatrist," ma'am. Either she's not a good one, or she does not like you because she is purposefully not offering you the support you need. Clearly needs. Hi, are you voting for the criminal?
No, but I love your videos.
Thank you. Let's get up our next guest, folks. If you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. Like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine, like, just the things that she was saying. Like, I couldn't imagine being her son and not finding her the support she needs. Like, I don't get that. I don't know. Hi, guest. Hey, are you voting for the felon?
Yes, I am.
What was that? I think, what just happened? What was all that? Oh, I was holding the wand. I didn't even click the screen. Apparently, this wand is so powerful, I don't even gotta kick him out. I just pick up the wand and they disappear. Y'all heard the background noise and stuff? I think that was him imploding. That was insane. I didn't even click on the screen and he disappeared. That's wild right there. That's wild. Oh my gosh. Hi, Patty. Are you voting for the felon?
Yes, sir.
Are you Patty?
Why wouldn't I vote for him?
Are you Patty?
Yep. Yeah, I am.
Hey, what are you eating?
Sake Express.
Okay, do you want to, like, stop eating in my ears? Well, I'm all for ASMR, but it's just not my vibe.
What is your vibe?
Not chewing in my ears.
You voting for Kamala? Are you voting Kamala?
Are you doing this in public right now?
No.
There's music behind you. You're eating takeout? Are you doing this in public?
No. Completely private.
Well, then this is deeply depressing. You eat by yourself in a room with music playing in the background? That's a little... Well, that was sad. That was really depressing. Wow.
What, do you not eat?
Are you at the mall or are you alone in your closet eating with music playing in the background? It's either really sad or really weird.
I'm in my $500,000 building with a radio playing because I'm a mechanic, and yeah, I went to go grab a bite
Well,
to eat.
this got even sadder. Wow. So you're just alone in your building with music playing, talking to me because you need somebody to talk to. Does that not seem really sad? Like, hold on. So let me get this right. So you were eating alone with music playing in the background in your building. Nobody's there. And you had needed somebody to talk to, so you picked me. Well, that's deeply depressing. That was really sad.
There ain't nothing depressing.
It's a little sad when you put it into perspective, isn't it?
Not really, man.
Like, again, listen, you want to live alone, that's fine, right? But when I live alone and I'm eating, the first thing I think about is, hey, let me go, like, call my ma, see how she's doing. I'm not like, let me go talk to some random guy on TikTok. Like, I mean, everybody's got their things. Maybe you got a kink or something. I don't know, but it's just a little weird. Again, right? Like, when I'm alone and I'm eating, I'm like, hey, let me see how's my brother doing? How's he doing? He closed down a house. That's great. That's me, catching up with family, or like I'll go watch TV and eat. You said, let me go talk to some random guy on TikTok. You might have just asked me out, dude. That's fine.
I'm scrolling through TikTok.
No, it's fine. Just feel free to ask me out. So where are we going for dinner?
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so why are you voting for a criminal?
Well, is he a convicted criminal?
Why do you guys all do this? Do you really not know if he's a convicted felon? Like, how do you not know this? It was national, global news.
I mean, let's be real, man. We're talking about the guy that's been impeached 1,500 times, and
he was impeached 1,500 times.
Dude, they've been doing whatever they can to get him out of office.
No, Donald Trump's been committing crimes because he's ignorant and negligent. So again, Donald Trump is a felon on 34 counts. why are you voting for the criminal? I'm not asking you to justify if he is or isn't a criminal. We know he is, and nobody's going to respect your opinion on this because, let's be real, there's a lot of reasons not to respect your opinion on this. But tell me again, why are you voting for the criminal?
Dude, I don't know anybody that's not voting for him. And I'm in North Carolina. Like, I
Well, yeah, I know you don't know anybody who's not voting for him because you only know yourself. You just said you were eating alone with music playing in the background, talking to me on TikTok. Like, that's you, man. So obviously, you don't know other people. So, again, tell me, why are you voting for the criminal?
By yourself doing a live stream right now?
Oh, yeah.
You with like 100 people?
Yeah.
Down. I
mean,
mean,
100%. Yeah. So let me get this right. So one more time. When you come up here and say you're voting for a felon, yes, I'm going to embarrass you. And you're feeling a little embarrassed now, and that's okay. But tell me again, why are you voting for the criminal?
Embarrass yourself.
Why are you voting for the criminal? Can we get on with the answer here? Like, this is taking up too much time. Do you need to be fetus deleted, or do you want to answer the question?
It's common sense, man.
How does that make any sense?
Common sense. Listen,
how is this common sense?
When's the last time that you remember gas being $1.67?
Under Obama. Because it was under Obama that gas was $1.67.
There was never gas prices under Obama at $1.67. There ain't been gas.
What state are you from? What state are you from?
North Carolina.
Okay, so what are you talking about? That gas wasn't $1.67 under Obama.
It hasn't been $1.67 in 20 freaking years until Trump was in office.
Oh, this is some. I mean, you're choosing. Hold on, let's be real. You're choosing to be ignorant. Like, you're choosing blatant ignorance. Hold on. Okay, what you just said was facts. Get me. Go. Get me a source. Listen closely. You're going to go get me a source. Listen, Patty. You're going to get me a source that shows gas was $1.67 under Obama. You're saying it's not. Prove me wrong. Go get the source.
Okay. I don't really need the source. I'm telling you.
Oh, you don't want to go get the source? I'm not asking. You just suggested something that was blatantly ignorant. Get the source for it. Go.
Everything's ignorant, apparently, buddy. Eating is the ignorant with you.
Do you get the source?
What I'm telling you is...
of course you're not going to get the source. All right, at least you know that you're wrong.
67,
at least... hey, buddy, at least you know you're wrong. At least you know you're wrong. All right, somebody... Listen, folks, I know I shouldn't be playing with my food, so if somebody wants to drop a 20, I'll get him out. But until then, listen, guys, you are suggesting that gas was cheaper under Donald Trump. Gas is at pre-pandemic levels right now. Inflation is 2.4%, which is exactly what it was in 2018. Do you understand that?
Dude, listen, the pump don't lie, man. It's what you pull out of your pocket and you pay at the pump. You know just as well as I do, and everybody else in the comments, gas was cheaper underneath Trump. It don't matter what.
Thanks, Obama. Gas was cheaper under Obama.
Gas was not. Gas was $3 a gallon.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Okay? Tell me one economic policy that Donald Trump passed that benefited the middle class. Now I'm going to start asking you questions, and let's prove how ignorant you are.
Tax cuts on the wealthy.
Okay, tax cuts isn't the name of the policy. What was the name of the policy?
It don't, man.
All right, so you don't know that. Now, what was the tax deduction he gave to the middle class? And what was the tax deduction he gave to the middle class? And what was the tax deduction he gave to the middle class?
Let's hear it. Hell, let's hear it.
What was the tax deduction he gave to the middle class? Can you answer it? Can you answer it? So you don't know what the name of the policy is. You also don't know what the tax deduction was. Okay, what tax percentage did he give to corporations? You don't know that either. Wow.
I don't need it. I need common sense.
No, you do need that. No, you do need that because you don't have common sense.
All right, listen. So we tax.
I'm not going to listen. Let's play another game. How many representatives are in the United States House?
You make $1 million.
How many representatives are in the United States House?
I'll answer your question.
Answer it now if you know.
Listen.
He doesn't know. He literally does not know. How many representatives are in the United States House? Say the number.
If you make $1 million.
He does not know. Let's try another one. How many members of the Supreme Court are there? You really don't know that one? You have to Google it? We hear you clicking on your computer.
I'm not Googling nothing.
We hear the clicking. It tells us when you're on the computer,
I don't care
right?
if I know it or not. It's
But you're Googling. It's 9. There are 9 Supreme Court justices. Why'd you need to Google that?
I'm not even on
It tells us you are. We hear the clicking. We hear the mouse.
I'm not on a computer. I'm on my phone, bro.
Sir.
It don't tell you that I'm on the computer.
We hear the music. Oh, Christopher. All right. Hold on. Yes, I want you to understand something. You don't know how many members are on the Supreme Court. You don't know how many representatives are in the House. You don't know a single economic policy Donald Trump passed by name, and you don't know what the tax deduction was. You're also a blatant conspiracy theorist, and on behalf of Shelley and Christopher, bippity boppity boop, we're going to delete you. 1, 2, 3, hocus pocus, poof, he's gone. Thank you so much, Shelley, and thank you so much, Christopher, as well. And Christopher also, next kick is on Christopher because he did in fact chip in for that. So, Christopher, you let me know.
Yo.
Are you voting for the felon?
What's that?
Are you voting for the felon?
100%, yeah.
How old are you?
27.
Is that your kid?
Yeah, that's my kid. I got 2.
Good for you.
All right, thank you, man.
Kamala Harris has a plan to benefit first-time parents with the $6,000 permanent child tax credit. Donald Trump's own party blocked the child tax credit expansion 1 month ago, and he is no longer running on a child tax credit expansion. He no longer supports it. Why are you not putting your kids first, man? Do you have a daughter?
I've got a boy and a girl, but
all right. You understand that this is in fact about the right to choose. This is your daughter's right to choose someday. And I know, I get that a lot of MAGA Republican parents don't care about this until it impacts them and their daughter is directly impacted. But you don't need to wait. You can fight for your daughter today. You can vote for Kamala Harris, protect her right to choose, reinstate the protections of Roe v. Wade, and receive a child tax credit expansion.
Those are for people who need the tax credit. I don't need it, so I don't care about a tax credit that she's going to give me. I make enough money. Good. That's my son.
And what about your daughter's rights?
What about what?
What about your daughter's rights?
What about them?
They're not in existence no longer. You understand that the mother of your daughter had more rights when she was a child than your daughter has today. You understand that?
What does my daughter have to do with anything that you
Your daughter has everything to do with your vote as her father. Your daughter has everything to do with your vote as her father. Everything.
What does that have to do with a tax credit? Rights and a tax
I'm telling you. I understand now. Now, you said you don't care about the child tax credit. Understood. I won't bring it up again. You don't care about that. That's fine.
I'm saying
your daughter's rights. Again, hear me on this. You said you don't care about the child tax credit. Understood. I won't bring it up again. Now, your daughter's rights should matter to you. Those rights are on the line. Roe v. Wade was overturned. Donald Trump's abortion ban led to Kate Cox in Texas not being able to receive an abortion for a non-viable pregnancy, which damaged her reproductive organs. Amber Thurman's not even here to tell her story because of the abortion ban that Donald Trump's party implemented. Your daughter's rights are at stake here. Why aren't you voting for her? Do you understand that your daughter has less rights than her mother did at her age?
Okay. And your point?
That's my point.
You're talking about rights.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris is
this is awful. This is truly heartbreaking. Do you care about your daughter?
Heartbreaking is
like, do you genuinely, the rhetoric you're using, I talk about how your wife has more rights than your daughter. Like, your wife had more rights at your daughter's age than your daughter does now. And you're like, your point? That's awful. That is heartbreaking.
Explain to me how me voting for Kamala is going to help anything.
Well, first, your daughter will have the right to choose. Your daughter will be treated as equal. Hold on. No, but your daughter no longer does. And yet your daughter under Kamala Harris will be treated equal as to a man. Under Donald Trump, she'll always be less than. Always. She will always be less than me. She will always be less than you. She will always be less than Donald Trump. But if Kamala Harris is president, she will 1, be equal to a man, and 2, she will have the right to choose, and 3, she can say, maybe I could be president someday. These are things that you really should think about as a father. I don't have kids, and yet I understand that what you're saying is god awful. What's going on here, man?
Okay. Can you tell me one reason why I should vote for her other than what you're saying?
Sure. May I put you on mute?
Uh-huh.
All right. We look at Kamala Harris, and you want me not to mention the right to choose, even though it is important and we should mention it, and we'll get to that. I want to recognize that Kamala Harris is the only candidate in this race from a middle-class background, and a black woman nonetheless. We recognize that every card was stacked against her socioeconomically, and yet she persevered, literally becoming a district attorney general, leading the largest Department of Justice, second only to the U.S. Department of Justice, in the largest state in the nation that had the 5th largest economy in the world. Not the country, 5th largest economy in the world. And then becoming a senator and vice president? And now the leading candidate for president. And that's not me saying leading candidate because I'm voting for her. That's me saying leading candidate because the polls all have her ahead. Now, we also got to recognize that Kamala Harris never forgot her middle class roots. She fought for the Inflation Reduction Act, CHIPS and Science Act, the infrastructure package. She gave us packages that benefited middle class Americans, created tens of thousands of good paying union jobs that are going to last decades. She gave us an infrastructure package that rebuilt roads and bridges and invested in our communities, that invested in renewable and new energy without impeding on the oil industry. She, in fact, drilled more than Donald Trump did. She had a tremendous economic recovery that lowered inflation back down to pre-pandemic levels at 2.4%. And she has fought for middle-class tax cuts like we see in her current plan, with a $25,000 down payment for first-time home buyers, $50,000 for small business entrepreneurs, $10,000 for first-time parents. And she fought on social issues like the Respect for Marriage Act, something Donald Trump wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. And again, I know you don't want to talk about your daughter's right to choose, but you have to. She will protect your daughter's right to choose. Donald Trump doesn't believe in freedom, and it's not just the right to choose. The Second Amendment, I'm a Second Amendment Democrat. I love my Second Amendment. Donald Trump violated my Second Amendment with his bump stock ban. And whether you agree or disagree with that bump stock ban, I don't care, because the Supreme Court ruled that Donald Trump is a constitutional violator as they overturned his bump stock ban. He is a constitutional violator, and he is also a convicted felon, civil fraudster, and found liable of sexual abuse. That is not somebody to vote for. That is somebody to lock up. And the rhetoric. You look at Kamala Harris in every one of her speeches and every debate performance, has she always been unifying? Donald Trump, he says, if you're Jewish and you want to vote for the Democrats, you ought to get your head checked. He says Kamala's a black woman, but I don't think she's a black woman. He says Barack Obama, I know he was born in America, but I'm going to start a birther movement and pretend as though he wasn't born in America because I don't want the black man to be president. That's Donald Trump. So you asked why I would vote for Kamala? Hopefully that was enough justification, but I can continue and continue. I got all night. Okay. So now you tell me, why would you vote for
these things that she's been, what, under Joe Biden for the last 3 years? You're talking about all her accomplishments that she's done. What has she done in 3 years of being under Joe Biden? What qualifies her other than half the things that you said? Joe Biden does sketchy shit with little kids and all these shits on TV. Kamala can't answer a damn question on any interview that she's ever been on.
That was heartbreaking too.
All she's trying to do, she did for what?
I feel, I mean this sincerely. I mean this sincerely. First off, I just listed numerous accomplishments.
What does that have to do with anything
listen closely.
About qualifying?
Listen closely.
Because my wife's got a bachelor, she qualifies to be a governor.
I need you to listen. Okay, 2 points I want to make. One, I just listed accomplishments and you ignored everything and said, how does that qualify her? She is quite literally overqualified to be president. But in your stance, you don't believe women are equal to men, and thus you're saying she's underqualified because she's a woman. If Donald Trump, listen closely, no, it does. Because if Donald Trump accomplished half of what she accomplished, you would say she was accomplished. You would say Donald Trump's accomplished. Donald Trump has zero zilch qualifications to be president. The man threw the presidency under the bus and tried to overthrow an election, incited an insurrection, violated the Constitution, was slapped down globally by leaders across the board, made a fool of by Vladimir Putin, got dog-walked by Kim Jong-un as his photos currently being used as war propaganda, and you're up here saying that you're not going to vote for your daughter's rights, you're not going to vote based off of Kamala's background, and suggest it has anything but to do with sexism. Let's recognize here that and I mean this sincerely, I feel awful that you genuinely believe this, because this means somebody fooled you into thinking this. And two, I feel even worse knowing that this is the kind of rhetoric you're going to perpetuate onto your children. Like how you just said that Joe Biden was what with children? Okay, that right there, the fact that I know you're going to teach that to your kids someday is god awful and just appalling. So let me better understand something. Let me better understand something. I gave you countless reasons to vote for Kamala and against Trump. Now you tell me why you would vote for Trump, and try not to bring up a conspiracy theory as you do it. Good luck.
What did I say that has anything with conspiracy?
Good luck.
I literally just told you that in the last 3 years, Kamala has done absolutely nothing.
That doesn't make sense. I just said on numerous counts what she has accomplished. She was just on Fox News.
Just now.
Why won't Donald Trump do 60 Minutes? You're projecting. Kamala's doing all the interviews. You're projecting. Donald Trump refused to do 60 Minutes. He is the first modern day president since Nixon to have not done. Actually, no, fact check that. He's the only president who hasn't done 60 Minutes. You understand that?
60 Minutes is the holy grail.
Pay attention. 60 Minutes is the largest television audience that either candidate will reach. And if understand, we're talking millions in the double digits. No other interview platform, not Fox News, nobody reaches that kind of voter electorate. Just 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes is the largest voter electorate they'll reach. If Donald Trump is running from 60 Minutes, why might that be? What does that tell you? He's hiding. And you're saying Kamala's not doing interviews. Kamala did 60 Minutes. Kamala did Fox News. Donald Trump is running away. Listen very closely.
All you guys do is literally pivot on everything that she gets asked a question.
I want to make this clear. You're a blatant conspiracy theorist who is voting against your daughter's rights, and you are screaming and crying as to how you feel Donald Trump didn't commit a crime and how you feel that Kamala has no accomplishments. And then when I break down the accomplishments to you step by step, you blatantly ignore them because you're so fed up in your own conspiracies you can't listen. Let's get some L guess in the chat, please. Some L guess. Oh, and perfect. I love the ones who are commenting W guess because it makes them easier to kick and block. Watch this. Ready? Bye, Lee. Oop. All right, now, on behalf of Christopher, because Christopher's using that free kick he's got, we're going to do a little hocus pocus. 1, 2, 3. Everybody comment. Hocus pocus. Hocus pocus. Poof. Gone. All right, let's get up our next guest. That was awful. Y'all literally heard him talking about his daughter? Like, y'all heard him talking about his daughter? He was like, why do I care about her rights? I go, your daughter has less rights than her mother did at her age. And he's like, your point? What? What? Do you not care? Like, that's kind of sickening to listen to. Omar, hi. Are you voting for the felon?
Hey, Johnny. How's it going? Yes, I am. But I would like to see if you can convince me otherwise, right? So I voted for Obama back in the day. I voted for Biden as well. And the only reason why I'm voting for Trump, I would say, is due to the economy, right? I guess the main thing for me. What was that?
I'm sorry to break the news to you. If I had a nickel for every time a MAGA Republican came up here and played the both sides card by saying they voted for Obama and Biden, I would be a billionaire. Every single MAGA Republican claims the same thing, that they voted for. Every MAGA Republican claims the same thing, that they're a lifelong Democrat who flipped this election because of the economy. Mm-hmm. Hold on. You're telling me that you didn't research the economy before jumping on here?
No, I did.
Okay. So do you have corporate interests?
I'd say, I mean, for one, I'm in real estate, right? So one thing I can tell you about like what I've experienced is.
I asked, do you have corporate interests?
No, I don't have corporate interests.
Okay. So let's recognize that Donald Trump's economy was corporate focused, not middle class focused. And you being in real estate, you ought to be doing better when middle class Americans can afford homes. And and Kamala Harris has that plan to offer them the $25,000 down payment to ensure young Americans, more precisely, are getting their boots on the ground into the economy and affording homes.
Right.
What I'm trying to recognize here and better understand is in what world, after everything, not just the economy, after the convictions, the felonies, the sexual abuse, the civil fraud, the constitutional violations, the impeachments, the indictments, the hate, the rhetoric, the insurrection, the policies that overthrew middle-class Americans, that steamrolled the agriculture industry, the stripping away rights and freedoms, Roe v. Wade. How do you think you're going to convince anybody that you were an Obama-Biden voter and now are a Trumper? Do you think you're convincing anybody that? Maybe yourself, but not us, and not me, definitely not. So let me recognize this.
Else.
You suggesting that you're voting based off of the economy and solely the economy means you're selfish. Because one, we recognize that inflation is back down to pre-pandemic levels. We recognize two, that the economy is stronger than it was under Donald Trump. And three, we understand that Obama's economy is the economy Donald Trump inherited until he crushed it with the pandemic. Four, we understand that Donald Trump's only economic policy win, which was his tax policy, led to a 1% to 2% tax deduction for middle-class Americans, which was tossed out via his $230 billion tax hike among his tariffs. And that's not a Democrat saying it. Nikki Haley said that. I'm just repeating it. Let's also recognize here that if you're based off of the economy and you don't recognize all of that, then you might have corporate interests. And I'm really trying to grasp at straws here to better understand why you would throw the country under the bus for whatever interests you're not mentioning here.
So can I ask you a question?
Maybe. We'll see. Go for it.
Okay. In these last 3.5 years, right? Because this is a debate going on all over.
Consider it a conversation.
What difference is Kamala gonna do compared to the last 3.5 years?
That's wild. That's like a wild question. I mean that sincerely. Like I'll answer it, but do you, like that's like I feel like we could all answer that ourselves as well. Like, are you actually not able to answer that? And I mean this. I'm not trying to be rude. I mean this sincerely. That seems like an easy question, right?
Okay, if it's easy, answer it.
Yeah. Here's the first off example. I want to recognize here. I wasn't a Joe Biden supporter in 2020. Didn't like him. One, I had personal experiences, and two, I didn't agree with some of the policies he stood on. I mean, that's my personal preference. I voted for Democrats. I voted for Republicans. I voted for Joe Biden. I would never have voted for Donald Trump because he's a rhino, but I voted for Joe Biden because he picked Kamala as his vice president. If he didn't pick Kamala as his vice president, there's a good chance I probably wouldn't have voted. Don't know for sure. I don't know because he picked Kamala. I want to recognize that right off the bat. Two, want to make clear. Kamala is the individual who is negotiating the infrastructure package and the Inflation Reduction Act. Okay, Kamala negotiated the border package with Mike Johnson, the border package that would have secured the border in its entirety, the border package that Donald Trump shut down. So under Kamala's presidency, we can see and we can imagine we'll have a bipartisan legislature working with an executive branch in a bipartisan way. Because again, she was giving us the border deal with Republicans that would have secured the border in its entirety, funneling millions of dollars into border states, offering a cap on immigration, blocking illegal asylum seekers, funneling 1,500 border agents into fruition, and giving us a wall. And Donald Trump refused to negotiate that wall in 2017 with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. That's why he didn't build it. And in fact, he built less wall than Barack Obama. So under Kamala, you'll have a bipartisan administration. She has also pledged to put a Republican secretary in her cabinet. Under Donald Trump, you're going to have far-right tiptoeing fascism, refuse to work across the aisle, Donald Trump, the one that we've gotten to know and hate. And that's just at the basis. But you can also expect under Kamala that you have freedom, because she's not the one who violated the Second Amendment. That was Donald Trump. She's not the one who overturned Roe v. Wade. That was Donald Trump. She's not the one who was impeding on the rights of union workers. That was Donald Trump. But again, I feel like these are things that we can factor and determine on our own. I don't know that I need to, like, did I really need to say this?
I mean, yes, because obviously I haven't done research on Kamala as much. All I know is that she's been the vice president for the last 3.5 years. And from the experience of the last 3.5 years, apparently she has not done much, especially with the border, right?
According to who? But that's the question, according to who? Because it's not according to border security, and it's not even according to Mike Johnson. It's according to Donald Trump. And of course he would say something like that. And of course Fox News will repeat it.
Right, and Fox News is fake news?
No, Fox News is right-leaning news. I wouldn't say they're fake news.
Okay. So what?
Same way I'm not going to say that MSNBC is fake news, but MSNBC is left-leaning news.
Right. But other than that, why else? I mean, what else has Kamala is going to do different from the last 3.5 years?
I just listed you numerous reasons. Now you tell me, what do you think that Donald Trump is going to do differently?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I think, honestly, if we had a different choice from these two, clearly I'd vote for somebody else.
Because you all said this during Joe Biden's reign. You said when Joe Biden was the candidate, I wish we had two different candidates. Then we gave you a different candidate and you're doing it again. You don't wish it was two different candidates. You're not fooling me. You can't fool me. I've done this too much. So who are you trying to fool here? You? Are you trying to fool the chat? The people in the guest request, the people in the chat right now, they're intelligent people. You're not fooling anybody but yourself.
Right.
Okay. If you're really not educated as to where these candidates stand, I'm going to suggest that you do some individual research. Because this ain't it. This ain't it.
Where do you find your sources about Kamala?
Sure. I go across the board. I watch everything from left-leaning news, being MSNBC, to right-leaning news, like Fox News. I watch both. I also typically go to government statistics and government websites, anything that ends in a .gov. I love Bureau and the labor statistics. I look for workforce development. I go through the numbers. And then I also look at middle aisle as well to ensure what is actually propaganda and what is basic information and stats and facts. You can go to ABC is a good one. CBS, PBS, these are good sources. They're typically middle of the road. I love to look at sometimes even the further right ones. I'm talking far crazy right, because then you could really see how blatant propaganda it is. For example, go look at Breitbart. Do a little. Here's some homework for you. Go to MSNBC, which is left leaning. Go to Fox News, which is right leaning. Compare the two, and then find one that meets in the middle, like AP or Reuters. Pick one of those. And then go to something crazy far right like Daily Mail and make a deduction as to what is propaganda and what is the fact. Then copy and paste all the stats provided on the same thing. Like find an article from each of them about labor statistics, and then go find the actual labor statistics, whichever one actually reported on the real labor statistics without propaganda. Use that as your source from now on. Use them as your source. This is how typically I do it. When I read up on something, I go through like 10 sources before I make a stance, right? But anyhow, I'm going to hocus pocus you out now, okay? 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus poof. Goodbye. Let's get up our next guest. Folks, if you like what you're hearing today and you want to support me, my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are in my bio. That goes towards my travel as I meet voters in person. Or if you want to support me by hitting the follow button in the top left corner and joining our little family. Would love to have you as part of our team. Betty, hi, are you voting for the felon?
You want to come on your butt?
Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Do you boo?
Betty, your average MAGA Republican. See, MAGA Republicans are big fans of the, bringing the public into their business. It's what they typically do. So that was a forced throuple right there. That's what you saw. Betty, put your phone away, honey. I think you're confused, but honestly, good for you. I mean, it's not even 9 o'clock on the East Coast and you're getting it. Good for you, man. But the chat, none of us consent to being part of that throuple. You have a good day, Betty. Let's get up our next guest. Betty's having a great day. Actually, Betty's doing wonderful. Betty's gonna hurt. Charger, hi, are you voting for the criminal?
No, I'm not. Definitely not voting for Hillary.
I'm voting for Trump.
Dude, do you think Hillary Clinton is running for president again? Sir, it's a little early to be sundowning right now. Don't you think? Hold on. Don't you think it's a little early to be sundowning? Hey, quiet. Listen, don't you think it's a little early to be sundowning right now? You know Hillary's not running this year, right? All right, unmute. You just said guys, to anybody who just missed it, actually, wait, shut up again. Quiet. To everybody who just missed it, he just said, quiet. He just said that he was not voting for Hillary this year. Yes, none of us are voting for Hillary this year. Hold on. To be clear, this is not news. Hey, chat, are you guys voting for Hillary this year? Chat, hold on, let's check. Chat, everybody in the chat, were you guys voting for Hillary? Were you guys voting for Hillary this year? Let's see. Hold on, guys, take a look at the chat. Oh, looks like Hillary lost. Looks like Hillary lost this election. Gosh darn it. Hillary lost the 2024 election. Oh, gosh darn it.
Didn't it suck for
I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Why are you voting for the criminal?
First of all, he is not a criminal, only in dumb people's eyes like yourself.
Actually, in the justice system's eyes.
You're wet behind the ears, bro. Like, how old are you? Like, what kind of life experience do you really have for me?
I'm 57.
Oh yeah, you look like you're 57. You look you look like you're 27, but dumb. You're doing it. All you do this is for money, and the way you're looking right now, bro.
All right, listen very closely. I need you to do something for me. First off, shut your mouth. Okay, your voice is kind of irritating. Not gonna lie. Secondly, I am 57. I just have great skincare. Shh, quiet. I have great skincare. And I'll send you what it is after, and we could talk more about that. If you're getting this emotional, right? You come up here, you're crying, you're yelling, you're aggressively unmuting. Like, look at how aggressive you're unmuting right now. You keep unmuting yourself. It's sad. And if you are interested in dating me, just ask me out, right? I've done this before. You guys get super emotional. You get very aggressive. You do this whole I'm going to call you repetitively thing the same way you keep unmuting yourself. Just ask me out. I'm not going to say no. I'm always down for free Panera bread. You know, it's not going to go anywhere else after that, but ask me out. Go ahead.
Are you done talking, dumbass?
It's not going to go anywhere else. Oh, you have an echo. You have an echo. Scroll out and scroll back in and then ask me on a date. Go ahead. You have an echo for the final time. Don't mute. You have an echo. Scroll out of the app and scroll back in and then ask me out. I'll wait. You have an echo because there's a glitch on TikTok. Scroll out, scroll back in. Scroll to your homepage. Okay, you know what? It might not be worth dating this one. Apparently this one, you know, Guy, I know that you want to ask me out, but respectfully, you don't know how to stop the echo on here. Did you get it?
Well, the echo's gone, isn't it?
Good boy. You did it right. Okay, now ask me out. Go ahead.
Dude, listen, I'm not gay. I know you are. It's okay.
The closet's glass. Anyway, go ahead. I mean, you're flirting with me, right? You're complimenting me. So go ahead. Ask me out.
I mean, it's kind of tough when a gay guy actually really looks at a heterosexual that he thinks he's interested in it.
You just said that I'm not heterosexual. You said it's really tough when a heterosexual looks at it.
100% not a heterosexual. I can tell.
Right. So go ahead and ask me out. Dude, we're in the, like I said, we're in the same lane. You and I are two peas in a pod. We're in the same lane.
But again, listen, the criminal.
No, you and I, we're in the same lane. That's why you're flirting with me, right?
Listen, it doesn't matter if you're trying to hit on me. I'm not interested.
You just hit on me. I thought you were going to ask me out. I want free dinner. I'm down for free Panera bread. When are you going to pick me up?
Listen.
Can we get some nail emojis in the chat, please?
I'm sure you have a lot of fun.
Can we get some nail emojis in the chat?
And God bless you, bro.
Yes. Let's get some rainbow flags in the chat.
Listen. So let's get off this.
What's our ship name? Is your real name Charger? What's your first name?
It's Charger.
Oh, your first name's Charger?
Right.
So what's your ship name? Would it be like Jar Jar? Oh, that's giving like Jar Jar Binks. Or was that the name of the Star Wars dude? Chani?
Right, so are we going to be talking politics, bro?
Guys, what is our ship name?
Do you want to just get into your little gay talk?
My little what? Our little talk. All right. So anyway, listen, here's the thing.
Who I am, so here's the thing.
Yes, you are very confident.
People
as an LGBTQ plus man.
It ain't working.
Yes, I get it. You are a very confident LGBTQ plus man.
No, listen, try something different, bro. Try something different.
Try something different.
I'm cool with gay people, but if you're hitting on me, bro, I'm telling you right now.
You just hit on me. So you just asked me out.
So I'm letting you know.
Chat, did he not? Hold on.
So why don't you end it?
All right, are you done? Chat, did he not just ask me out? Like he was flirting with me, getting all emotional.
Dude, get
My
over
point
yourself,
is, if you're
bro.
going to get
Listen,
emotional, you might as well ask
even
me
if
out
I
first.
was gay, you wouldn't be my
See?
type, bro.
Even the chat says. Even the chat
All right, so let's
says.
get back to politics. So
The top comment right now is yes, you asked me
I'm
out.
voting for Donald Trump.
Wow, look at that.
So let me tell you why.
Am I getting ghosted right now, chat? Why is he ignoring what he just said? He's ghosting me. Wow.
Again, listen, is this the point that you try to do on these live chats?
The point is,
heterosexual men.
No,
Like, listen, how many
the point is,
heterosexual men have
listen
you
really
picked up?
closely.
Tell me how many
Listen real
heterosexual-
closely. Listen real closely. When you come on here and spew homophobic remarks and you get aggressive with me and get angry with me, yeah, I'm going to slap you down and embarrass you because it's really easy. Because what does a homophobic person hate more than, me? So again, yeah, it's easy to upset you. Look at the aggressive unmuting you're doing. See, that's the thing. You're very emotional. It's very easy to trigger you. See, it's very easy to trigger you, which was my goal. That was my goal. So now let's have a conversation about the debate. Why are you voting for a criminal?
First of all, in my judgment, he's not a criminal.
He is.
So that's,
and I don't care what your judgment is. Are you a lawyer?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Are you
So
a
in other
lawyer?
words, you say he's
Are
a
you a
criminal,
lawyer?
I say that
No,
he's
I
not.
don't say he's a criminal. The justice system says he's a criminal.
No, listen,
I don't
because you know
care
what?
about
Listen,
your
if you pay-
judgment.
if you're
Listen
paying
closely.
attention, the
I
charges
don't
have
care
always
about your
been dropped.
judgment. Listen
Last
closely.
time- last
I
time I
can
knew
turn
that
up my
Donald Trump
mic.
was
You
walking
can't talk
around.
over me. Are
Last
you
time
listening?
listen,
All right,
last night he was-
I want to point out. You can't talk over me because one, I have a mute button, and two, my mic is so much louder than yours that I don't even need to yell. Nobody can hear you when I'm speaking. Do you understand? Okay. So I want to point out a fact. You are saying I claim he's a criminal and you don't. No, I'm not claiming he's a criminal. The justice system said he's a criminal. The lawyers said he's a criminal. Donald Trump's
Why is he
own
not in
lawyers.
jail?
Donald Trump's own lawyer
Why
said
is
he's
he
a
not
criminal.
in jail?
I don't care about your judgment
Why is
because
he not
you're
in
not.
jail?
You are not a judge. Now,
Why
I
is
also
he not in jail? Why is he not in jail if he's a criminal? No, you shh. Why is he
He's-
not in jail if he's a
You're
criminal?
gonna learn.
When's he
He's-
going to jail? When is he going to jail? How long
You
is he
want me
going
to speak?
for?
Can I speak?
Yeah, because see, you got nothing.
Can I speak?
All you
You
do
won't
is
let me
talk.
say it.
He's a rapist.
Can I speak?
He's a criminal, but he's out on the streets,
Can I speak?
bro.
Does everybody in the chat see this? You're telling me to answer and then saying that I have no answer, but you won't let me answer. Do you see the gaslighting here?
Answer it, go.
Okay.
Go ahead,
He's
go ahead.
out on bail right now. He paid a bail so that he wasn't locked up in a prison cell while awaiting his sentencing. He's out on bail that he paid. His sentencing's in November. He will receive probation. He won't be imprisoned because even though it's 34 felony counts, it's a first-time felony offense. However, they are looking to charge him on more felonies, and when that happens, it will be prison. So, hey, keep wishing for it. He probably will go to prison. Now, I'm not asking you to justify why he is or isn't a criminal in your delusional eyes. I'm saying he is a criminal. Why are you voting for him? I don't need you to justify. To be clear, I don't need you to justify why you think he's not. No, shut your mouth when I tell you to speak. You speak. I'm not asking you to justify why he isn't a criminal. He is a criminal, and I don't need you to justify shit because I don't care what you think. Understood? You're not a lawyer. You're not an attorney. You're not a judge, and you weren't on the jury that prosecuted him. So again, unmute. You may speak. Tell me why you're voting for the criminal.
Again, in a democratic setting, people.
Republican setting.
No, it was Democrat,
Republican
bro.
setting.
Listen,
Nope.
listen,
Republican setting.
everybody
His
was
lawyers
Democratic,
appointed the
Democratic,
jury.
liberal,
It was a Republican
hellholes.
jury.
Listen.
His lawyers appointed the jury. 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 The Republican felons, Republican lawyers appointed a Republican jury. Don't tell me it was in a Democratic setting. You may speak. Unmute.
Again, it was a democratic setting.
Does not compute. Does not make sense.
Mute me again because that's what you're good at. Because you can't have.
Sorry, you asked me to mute you again? You're welcome. You're welcome.
Typical. How can you have a conversation with somebody that you're going to lose against?
Do you really, in your honest opinion, you think I'm losing this?
Listen, I don't even want to
so
mute
real.
you.
Hold on.
I do not want to mute you. You know why I don't want to mute you?
Me if you tried.
I love beating your theory up.
Guest,
But listen,
mute me.
this is the thing
Wait,
that you
I think
have.
this guest thinks he can mute me.
When you mute
Hold
me,
on,
every
watch
time
this.
you mute me, yo.
But again, this guest just said he doesn't want to mute me. Guest, you can't mute me. You understand that this is my live stream, right? Or do you think, just like how you thought Hillary Clinton was running for president, mind you, to everybody who's just joining, this guest thought Hillary Clinton was running for president, which is weird.
Sarcasm.
Was it sarcasm?
It was sarcasm.
You got made fun of by everybody in the live, and then you said you were joking. Stop it. No, you genuinely thought Hillary was running. Again, see the aggressive unmuting? But now he just threatened to mute me. Guest, mute me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The problem is,
go ahead.
you
Wait,
can't
Charger.
have a-
You just said that you were going to mute me. Go
You
ahead.
can't have a conversation with me, like I told you.
Hey, you just said. All right, let's try it again.
If I could mute you, I
You didn't
would.
say if you could. You
If
said
I
you.
could,
You
I
said, and I
wouldn't.
quote, "I don't want to mute
That's the
you,"
problem.
and I
I'm
said,
not worried
"It's not
about
you don't
what you
want
have
to.
to
You
say.
can't."
You're worried about what I
All
gotta
right.
say.
Do we need to hocus pocus you because you're boring me?
No, you know, because you can't. Because the only way that you can
Hey, listen
contradict
closely.
me
You're going to get
is by
hocus
muting me.
pocus.
'Cause as
You're
soon
going to
as
get
as soon as I
magic
get
blasted
you-
out of my live. Do I need
So
to
why-
hocus pocus?
But why? But why would I?
Because you're boring me. Be more entertaining. Understood?
Okay, so what
you're
would
boring.
you like?
Okay? So again, I need you to actually conversate and engage in that conversation. You are still on the fact that you seem to think he's not a criminal. I'm telling you, you don't need to justify why he's not a criminal. He is a criminal. That's what the justice system says. The jury says, the lawyer says, the judge says, the criminal justice system says, law and order says, law enforcement says. So when you say, well, he's not, you're redundant to me in every sense. I don't care what you think.
He's such a criminal though, but he's never been in jail, never
Again,
been in
he is out on I will hocus pocus you. You will be hocus pocus. You have been waiting 40 minutes. Listen closely.
Listening to
He is out on bail awaiting sentencing. Listen, TikTok says you've been waiting 54 minutes to talk to me. That's almost an hour of your time. And you really want to get kicked this quickly? Because I'm more than happy to waste an hour of your time. I don't care.
But you
more than happy to. All right, I think that's what we're gonna have to do here. Folks, can I get a hocus pocus in the chat, please, on the count of 3? 1, 2,
How come you
3.
can't?
Hocus pocus! Oh, he's gone. Oh, gosh, goodness gracious, he's gone. Oh, Shelly! Oh, Shelly. Whoa, he's gone because of Shelly. Shelly dropped a 20. Thank you so much, Shelly. Let's get some W Shellys in the chat. SHELLY. That was on behalf of Shelly. That good old kick for Charger was on behalf of Shelly. Thank you, Shelly. W Shellys in the chat, please. That was phenomenal. He said, I'll come again. I don't know why these people want to come on my live so bad. It's like, y'all, that guy was waiting 54 minutes just to scream and cry. he was just screaming and crying. He waited 54 minutes so he could scream and cry for 5 minutes. What is the point? Hi, guest. Oh, please don't make Johnny's look bad, man. Are you voting for the criminal?
Of course.
Sorry about the coughing, folks. The lungs are acting up. I gotta take my inhaler. Why do you support crime and why'd you say of course? I'm like, oh, are you voting for the felon? And you're like, yeah, of course. Like, do you think that's the right thing to do? Did your mom and pa not teach you better?
I guess not.
Well, now you got a problem because I just took my inhaler. So you're about to see my Italian dad side of the family come out through my voice. So let's stop playing the game here. Why are you voting for the felon?
It's actually really simple, Johnny. He was because Putin did not invade Ukraine.
That
Trump.
does not compute. Because do you know why Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine? Also, can you take the phone out of your mouth? Like, I get your breathing. That's great. I'm glad you can breathe. You don't need the inhaler like I did. But we, like, hear every breath. It's like, you're like...
I imagine you're gonna say it's because of Trump.
It's not because of Trump. It's also not because of Joe Biden. Vladimir Putin can have his own conflict with Ukraine and have nothing to do with the United States. We recognize 2 points on this.
But it does have to do with the United States.
Yes, it does, and we'll get there. Point one, the invasion was because Ukraine was looking to join NATO. That is why. And Vladimir Putin not only wanted to invade them to prevent them from joining NATO, he also wants to rebuild the Soviet Union, and Poland recognizes that, which is why Poland has built up their walls and arsenal to defend themselves. If Ukraine crumbles, Poland will be next. Point two, the only way this has to do with the United States in the sense that we are providing aid to Ukraine through weaponry, and you don't have a choice. Whether Kamala or Donald Trump is your president, you will be providing that aid no matter how many times Donald Trump says he doesn't want to. Because you signed the Budapest Memorandum in the 90s to denuclearize Ukraine. That was an agreement, and you cannot back out of that. This isn't a discussion to be had. So you're saying this is the sole reason why you're voting for Donald Trump. Tell me, what is Donald Trump's plan to
No, I didn't say it was the sole reason. I didn't say it was the sole
you
reason.
said this was your sole reason, so you are not going to backtrack on that now. Tell me, what do you believe is the solution to end the conflict between Ukraine and Russia? What is Donald Trump going to do? Answer.
Well, I think he will find a way to get peace. Listen, Johnny, I'm not
He
trying
will
to
find
say
a way to get peace. Listen, guy, I get it. You're stuttering. You're getting nervous on here. Again, I don't need all that. That's some trauma you can unpack somewhere else in therapy. What I need is an answer to the question I just asked you. What is the solution that Donald Trump will implement to end the war between Ukraine and Russia? You need to provide an answer. If there's no plan, say that. If it's a concept of a plan, say that. If it's an actual plan, say that.
The totality of foreign policy is why I would support Donald Trump. Okay, you don't like that.
Buddy, because that was incoherent.
Okay.
That was word salad at its finest. What was that? What was that? Yeah, so again, what's the plan that Donald Trump wants to implement to end the conflict between Ukraine and Russia? What are you doing?
Trump has said that. He said he wants people to stop dying. He said that.
Is that a plan?
Yes.
Oh, really? That's a plan? What's he going to do? Yes. Walk up to Putin and say, I want people to stop dying. Is that a plan?
Yes.
Oh, what's that going to do? Donald Trump could have negotiated a deal with Vladimir Putin to bring home U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, but you think he's going to negotiate a deal with Vladimir Putin to end the war? But you won't tell me how he's going to negotiate the deal. One more time for you now. What is the plan that Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump are going to agree on to end the war in Ukraine? Go ahead. Okay, so you don't know. Took a while, but we finally got there. So you're not voting based off of foreign policy. Why are you actually voting for the criminal?
I just told you.
No, you didn't. You're trying to fool me, and that ain't gonna work here. You can fool yourself all you want, but you don't know you literally said that the sole reason was based off of Ukraine. You don't even know what Donald Trump's plan would be to end the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Don't play with me. So why are you voting for the criminal? Don't keep playing with me. Don't waste my time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to waste your time. I just said that was one. I said foreign policy. I think Trump has a better foreign policy.
And you don't care about foreign policy. So let's talk about a different subject, and you can stop trying to fool me because it ain't going to work. You just got slapped down between the Ukraine-Russia conflict. You want to keep playing? Let's play a little bit more. Go ahead. Let's entertain this a little bit more. What is Donald Trump's solution to end the conflict between Gaza and Israel? You're going to tell us what the solution was for Israel and for Russia and Ukraine. Let's try Israel and Gaza. What's the plan to end the conflict between Israel and Gaza? Go ahead.
Well, that one's actually a little simpler. Support Israel.
This is the equivalence of me asking somebody what their favorite food is and them saying, I like the edible kind of food. You got to break down the ingredients, my friend. Give me a recipe here. Silence. Give me the recipe.
Supporting Israel.
That's not a recipe.
Oh, is it? Okay. What do you want me to say? I don't know what you want me to say.
The plan. I don't need a talking point that you heard from Breitbart. I need a plan, right? I need a plan. For example, Kamala supports a ceasefire, two-state solution, hostage release. What does Donald Trump support?
Two-state solution is not possible. You want to know why?
What does Donald Trump support? If not the two-state solution, what does he support?
You know why a two-state solution will not happen? You know why?
Thanks. I appreciate the pivot. What is Donald Trump's plan?
Not a two-state solution. Two-state solution is not possible.
It's not a two-state solution. I agree. Donald Trump's solution is not a two-state solution. What is his plan?
Hamas does not want a two-state solution. They want the elimination of Israel.
We're going to do this one more time. I'm going to say this one more time to you, and I'm going to be so fucking crystal clear on this. What is Donald J. Trump's plan to end the conflict between Ukraine? We're going to get back to Ukraine and Russia, to be clear. Israel and Gaza. Go ahead.
Elimination of Hamas.
And that includes what strategy?
I mean, I'm not a military strategist, but you would eliminate Hamas completely.
In what sense? Does that cost the lives of innocent Palestinians? Does that deplete humanitarian aid? You say probably. See, so you can't take lives and call that a solution. Solutions can't require taking the lives of innocent people, right? Which is, again, where the two-state solution and outright ceasefire takes place. What you're looking for is a regional war. You are looking to incite a regional war against the Palestinian people. That is not a plan. That is not a solution. Understood?
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? What do you mean, why not? That's not a plan.
So no innocent people would die under Kamala?
I hear you gulping.
Is that your
I hear
position?
you breathing. I hear you stuttering. I get that you're a little nervous because what you're saying is god awful, but own up to it. Get a little confidence in the way you're saying this nonsense, okay? So again, you're suggesting you want a regional war. I'm not going to entertain that nonsense because, fun fact, I don't want to go to war. But two, let's go back to Ukraine and Russia. Maybe you had some time to chat GPT this. What is Donald Trump's solution to end the conflict between Ukraine and Russia?
I would assume he would provide Russia with some land and negotiate a peace deal. I can't give you 100% specifics on this. I know that's what you want, but I can't do it. What's Kamala's plan for it?
You can't give me a simple specific as to what you claimed was the most important policy on your plate as to why you're voting for Donald Trump, a convicted felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster for president, and yet you used it as justification to vote for him. You don't know his plan. That's an issue. That is deeply problematic.
Can I ask you something?
No, because I'm not going to continue entertaining you. What I'm going to recommend you do here is take some time, do some actual research on what their plans are, and then come back when you have a bit more education. Because what you thought you were going to do was come up here and speak on talking points that you heard from Fox News by saying he has a plan, he has a concept of a plan. I don't know what it is, but he has a concept. He has a concept of a plan. I don't know what it is, but he has a concept. That is not going to work here, right? And you weren't prepared for that, obviously, when I start asking you for numbers and strategy. Okay? So we can close this part of the conversation on foreign policy, and you can concede that you don't actually care about foreign policy, because if you did, you'd know a little bit more. Let's talk about the economy. Tell me one policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited middle-class Americans.
The tax cuts.
How?
You'll find out over the summer when they expire.
No. How did those tax cuts benefit the middle class?
You'll find out over the summer when they expire.
For
and
everyone
has a lot less take-home pay.
You'll find out. No. No. Tell me, how did it benefit the middle class?
Take-home pay.
What was the tax deduction he gave to the middle class? You don't know, do you? What was the tax deduction he gave to corporations?
You have to give tax cuts to corporations.
Right. What was
or
the
else,
tax
or else it's
cut?
passed to the consumer. Did you take economics, Johnny?
What was the tax cut?
Did you take economics?
You're going to answer the question. I know you're trying to pivot because you don't know, but then at least admit you don't know and then ask your question. Understood? What is the tax cut Donald Trump gave to corporations?
I don't
People
know.
are commenting.
Now let me ask
it.
you a question. You said if I say I don't know, I can ask you a question.
Because you don't know? Is this a joke? Like, let me get straight. So you're saying this benefited the middle class, but you don't know what the tax deduction was for the middle class or corporations. But then your answer was, you'll see how it impacted middle class Americans when it expires this summer. Huh? 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 On the count of three. Everybody now. 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus. Poof, he's gone. That was sad. Folks, if you like what you're hearing today and you want to support me, my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are in my bio. Those funds are going to go towards my gas as I continue to meet voters in person. I do also want to say, if you haven't already, there's a follow button in the top left corner. Hit that follow button and join our little family. We would love to have you here, unless you're a MAGA Republican, in which case, no need to do any of that. You can just sit in your corner and keep quiet. I guess. Is your name Kira?
Kieran.
Gotcha, Kira. So are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yes.
Gotcha. And why do you support the felon?
So my question is, do you support the tariffs that he wants to put on any imported goods from China?
Some tariffs are good. Most tariffs aren't. We recognize that it's not exactly the tariffs that are the issue, it's the person implementing them, which is why Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis ran against him in the primary. For example, he put a 15 to 25% tariff on agriculture. That should have never taken place because farmers had to close their doors. They experienced a surplus supply and demand issue, lost China as an export market, and had to raise costs on middle-class consumers, which led to a $230 billion tax hike on me, you, all of us. We also recognize that this took place through small businesses. I don't care if you're a farmer. I'm not talking about you. I don't give a shit about you. I'm talking about farmers across the board. You don't get to speak for all of them, so don't act like you're about to, Kira. Now, my question to you was why are you voting for the felon? You asked me, instead of answering that question, do you like Donald Trump's tariffs? And respectfully, I just answered that. So now answer my question. Why are you voting for the criminal?
I respect his values, and I think Kamala's
his values as a sexual abuser. What kind of value do you like? Is that like a family trade? Like, is that a family trade with you? You like, the sexual abuse thing is like a taught trait with you?
I didn't feel as if I was being disrespectful. First of all, I came on here to have a decent conversation, and I was
that's great. Let me teach you a lesson real quick. When you say you're voting for Donald Trump and that you're not trying to be disrespectful, you're in fact being disrespectful to the Black Americans who Donald Trump feels their vote shouldn't count as much as a white American. You're being disrespectful to the LGBTQ plus Americans whose right to marry is on the chopping block. You're being disrespectful to the women who lost their right to choose. You're being disrespectful to middle class Americans who were steamrolled by Donald Trump's tariffs. And when you say, do you like the tariffs, to a middle class American like me who operated a small business during this time, that his tariffs were hurting my small business, you're being disrespectful in that sense too. So that's a life lesson for you. Don't say I'm a respectful Trump supporter, because they don't exist. Okay, so why are you voting for the criminal?
Did you vote for Joe Biden?
Mm-hmm.
So what about when Joe Biden said that him and Obama didn't support gay marriage? Was that disrespectful of you?
Yeah, I got a problem with that. You know what I love about Kamala? Hold on, to be clear, pay attention. To be clear, I got a huge problem with them not having supported LGBTQ plus marriage. Massive problem. Oh yeah, and I also want to be clear, and I've said this time and again, I voted for Joe Biden because Kamala was his vice president. If she wasn't his vice president, I still wouldn't have voted for Trump, but we could have had a different conversation about me voting or not voting. I'm voting for Kamala because Kamala gets it. One, Kamala has always fought for LGBTQ plus marriage. So don't talk about Joe Biden. He's redundant to me. He can go retire. I don't care. Kamala, on the other hand, I'm going to make her our president. With everybody in this chat, we're going to make her our president. See, the thing with Kamala Harris is not only does she fight on social issues and fight for equality, but she has that middle class background. She ain't have everything fed to her on a silver spoon like Donald Trump. No, she comes from middle class roots, is a black woman who comes from middle class roots, had every card socioeconomically stacked against her, and she persevered nonetheless. I mean, she's quite literally the definition of the American dream, like the American vision. She is America. You understand that? And that's why she's fighting for the $25,000 down payment for first-time home buyers, $50,000 for small business entrepreneurs, $6,000 permanent child tax credit, why she gave us the Inflation Reduction Act, Infrastructure Package, Chips and Science Act, why she gave us the Respect for Marriage Act. She's never changed her stance on this. No matter how many times you MAGA Republicans claim she flip-flops, JD Vance is your flip-flopper. So now tell me again, why are you voting for a criminal?
I trust him.
You shouldn't.
What are
Did you trust Donald Trump when he said, hold on, did you trust yeah. Did you trust Donald Trump when he said he wasn't going to violate your Second Amendment, but then he did violate your Second Amendment according to the Supreme Court? So Donald Trump said he wasn't going to touch your Second Amendment, right? He said that?
I don't know.
Oh, he said that. I should know. I'm a Second Amendment Democrat. So he said that. And then do you know what he did? He implemented a bump stock ban, which was in violation of the Constitution. He took that action via executive order instead of going through the legislative branch. He jumped any check and balance in his way. And then in June of this year, it was overturned by the Supreme Court, who ruled he's the first modern day president to have violated the Constitution.
So I want to go back to my question. What are
I'm
the
sure you would, because you don't want to talk about the Second Amendment.
What are the stipulations on the
Do you know what's wild to me?
First time home buyer.
Do you know what's wild to me?
What?
The fact that the pivot is something you've exercised 4 times in our 3-minute conversation. I appreciate the pivot. I appreciate the pivot. I've answered your question every step of the way. You asked why I support her. You asked about this policy. You asked about that policy. I get it. The whiplash is beyond me, though. I can't twist my head anymore for you. Your answer to my question as to why you're voting for the felon was that you trust him. That's not going to be a reasonable answer on this live. So get comfortable with that. Break down why you support a sexual abuser, civil fraudster felon with more reasoning than just you trust him. Now,
my life was much better under Trump's administration than it was under Kamala Harris's administration.
Continue.
Or Biden's administration.
Continue.
I think they're crooked. I think the Democrats are crooked.
These are your feelings. Do you notice that you're not going off of any policy or background? You're not going off of any characteristic or stat? You're solely talking about your feelings.
I'm honestly not that.
So you're just overly emotional?
No, it's just what I see. I mean, I'm just like any other typical citizen, I guess.
And you know that when you claim that they're crooked, that's hypocritical when you're voting for the crooked felon, right?
So my question is, what does Trump have to gain with becoming president?
He can pardon himself.
You think that's what he's going to do?
Sure, he can pardon himself. He can funnel more money into his own pockets, line his own pockets, just like the first time when Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner received $2 billion from the Saudis, when Donald Trump received $8.2 million through his hotels from foreign governments. Do you think he wouldn't pardon himself or funnel more money into his pockets? Oh, the guest ran away. I didn't even have to bippity-boppity boop him. See, here's the thing. That guest was deeply uneducated and didn't know a single thing he was talking about. And that's why he ran away. He literally just ran away. The moment he asked, do you think he'd pardon himself? He didn't know what to say next because he didn't know that the Saudis funneled $2 billion into the pockets of Ivanka and Jared Kushner. He didn't know that $8.2 million was given to Donald Trump through his corporations. Apparently, he didn't know this stuff. Do you guys want to see something funny? Let me show you something funny. Hold on. You guys want to see something funny? Hi, guest. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Oh, yeah. Totally voting for Donald
Trump. Ew! Oh, I turned on the Jeopardy music. Oh my God. What's funnier is he was waiting for 23 minutes to come up here. That was 23 minutes of his life he's never getting back. I'm so sorry to waste that MAGA Republican's 23 minutes of his time, but I hope that for the women in this channel, know that was for you, because MAGA Republicans wasted the time of women who fought for their right to choose. They wasted a woman's right to choose by overturning it. They wasted a woman's time. Well, I'll waste the MAGA Republicans' time. That was to the women in this channel. That was for you. That was 23 minutes of that man's life that he could have been spending with his family. He's never getting it back. I'll keep that time now. That's our time. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Fast queer faggot bitch.
Man, you need to exercise more. What was that heavy breathing? I didn't even kick you. He just starts spewing slurs and then starts breathing into the mic like what was that? And then he ran away. I didn't even kick him. What was with the heavy breathing? He just starts slurring and then he goes, sir, please. What was that? That was wild right there. Ooh, that had me in tears. That was funny. That was funny. The heavy breathing really did it. The heavy breathing on top of it. That was funny. That was funny. What's going on? Y'all, we're having a funny time. Somebody said heart attack waiting to happen. Yeah, for real. That was crazy. He like said it and then got all worked up and started. Sir, please take your face off of the mic. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the felon? I think we're in somebody's back pocket. Let's get up the next guest. Actually, you know what? Folks, we'll do a couple more and then maybe we'll call it a night, I think. What do y'all think? Let's get a couple more. Okay, this one's not coming up. Next one. Should I keep going? Next one. Should I keep going? Oh, whoops. I accidentally followed a MAGA Republican. Oopsie poopsies. Let me do a little unfollow.
Exactly.
Why am I just getting hate crimed up here? I need some reparations for this nonsense. People, where are my people? Support me. What is this? Like, why are they all just coming up and saying the F slur? Like, I'm just getting hate crimes left and right for funsies. Like, what is this nonsense? He just did it again. Like, what's going on? Folks, if you want to support me, feel free to hit that follow button or support me via Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App in my bio. It all goes towards my gas as I continue to meet supporters and voters across the country. By the way, we did flip multiple Republicans this week, including one just today, which was very exciting. Speaking of, do you guys know how much distance is between Erie, Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? A lot. A lot of distance. Guest, hi, are you voting for the criminal?
I absolutely am.
Why'd you sound so excited about that? I was like, are you voting for the criminal? And you were like, yeah! Woo! Woo! Like, calm down, ma'am. It's not that exciting.
I am excited about that.
It really shouldn't be
Can you have your
that exciting.
dumbass mods unmute me? Because they muted me yesterday and today.
You said you were voting for the criminal?
Yeah, can you have your mods unmute me?
No. You said you were voting for the felon, and you think I'm going to tell my mods to unmute you?
Why wouldn't
respectfully bite me. Are you out of your mind?
Respectfully bite me.
Yeah. So again, why are you voting for the criminal?
Why wouldn't I?
For numerous reasons. How about because he's a criminal? Oh.
And he's going to do better for this country than Kamala.
Ma'am. Let's be so for real right now. Okay, so Donald Trump is a sexual abuser, civil fraudster, felon.
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely. Also, can we get some W mods in the chat? Because I can see why they muted this one. W mods in the chat, please. Thank you, mods.
Your mods suck.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, the mods are the greatest thing to have ever happened to us because they muted
Kamala's
you.
A lying
and that's
piece
a public
of shit.
service. Yeah, I can see why you got muted. Ready? Quiet time for you. Oh, you got muted again. Now I'm muting you. Look at that. Quiet time. You're in timeout now. Count to 10. You may speak when spoken to. Understood?
Wah.
Cry more. You're in timeout. So I'm asking you, why are you voting for the felon? Can you respond?
Too bad I
Respond. Respond. You may speak. I'm letting you speak.
Oh,
You're
I
welcome.
know. I'll speak when I want to.
No, you may speak when I tell you to, which is why
No,
you're
I can
speaking
speak
now because
when
I
I
told
want
you
to.
to. You're speaking now because I told you to.
No, I'll
Understood?
speak when I want to.
Sure, that's what you think, but I'm letting you speak, so you're welcome. So tell me now, why are you voting for the felon? Why are you voting for the felon? Apparently not. You just said you've been here for 3 days and that my mods keep
I didn't
muting
say
you.
3 days. I just found.
Shh, quiet time. You just said you were here for 3 days and that every day your mods, my mods, muted you. So apparently you keep coming back, so it must be pretty good.
You
so tell me
suck.
again, why are you voting for the felon?
You suck. I'm for the better for. He's gonna make great again. You suck. You don't have nothing better to do than mute me.
So, ma'am, 2 suggestions. 1, take your lips off of the glass. It's probably time to put the cup down. 2, you're not giving adequate reasoning to vote for a convicted felon. Here's an idea. Maybe say a policy. Can you tell me one policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited middle-class Americans? I'm sure the answer is no, you can't.
All his policies.
And the answer was indeed no, she can't. Great.
Oh God, you know
You
what?
must be so much fun at parties.
Oh, I am.
I'm sure.
You suck.
I didn't even click it. She ran away. My hands are here. That was a very emotional one. She got slapped down, started crying, and ran away. This is fun. I'm having a good I'm having a good time. Are you guys having a good time? How we all doing? How's everybody doing?
Yo.
Fetus deletus. Wizardry is real in this state. In this country, the magic is real. Oh, almost dropped the flag.
Hello?
Magic is real in America, people. A little fetus deletus. All right, hi. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes, sir, I am.
Gotcha. And why do you hate America?
Well, personally, I don't believe I hate America.
Well, I mean, you're voting for a criminal, felon, civil fraudster, sexual abuser. I mean, it feels like you're trying to spit in the face of America. I mean, clearly you hate America, right?
No, I mean, I don't see it that way, but I don't know. I don't get what you're getting at. But I do have one very important question for you.
That's so great. Why are you voting for the felon?
Ruff, ruff. Bark for me. Bark, daddy, bark. Ruff, ruff.
Why are MAGA Republicans crushing on me so hard? Guys, if you want me to bark, I'll do it. Drop a 20 in the $20 in the Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Listen, if you want a request like that, you ought to drop a 20. Listen, one more time. Drop a 20.
No, just do it, please.
No, you got to drop a 20.
Please.
I don't know why you MAGA Republicans are so obsessed with me. Just drop a 20 if you want me to bark. It's not that hard. Oh my gosh. Let's get up the next one. I don't know why they're all they're deeply closeted and they think that they can come in here and, try to flirt with me. And it's really weird. But again, if you want to sit here and ask me to bark, drop a 20. Don't be cheap. Keith, hi. Are you voting for the felon?
Oh, absolutely not. I would rather hang myself.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, I don't know I'd go that far, Keith, but I appreciate it.
No, I just wanted to say something to make you laugh.
Love you, Keith. Thank you for coming up. Have a good one. Ooh, let's calm down, people. Let's calm down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, guest.
Yo, what's up? I have one question, bro. I mean, I have a bunch of questions. For you voting for Kamala Harris, right?
Poof. Fetus deletus is an easy spell, I'll tell you what. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the felon?
No. Hell no.
Good.
I have brain cells.
Good.
Why are they all so stupid? Is there some... I think
Trust
there's
me.
some... Is there something wrong with me?
No, most Americans aren't voting for the felon. That's why he's behind in the polls. I appreciate you coming up. Thank you. Let's get some W's there. That's awesome. Nothing's wrong with you. Something's wrong with the people voting for the felon.
It's Mia.
Hi, Amber.
Hello. And no, I'm not voting for the felon. Kamala Harris 2024.
Can we get some W Kamalas in the chat?
What?
Thanks for coming up,
Yeah.
Amber. Let's get some W Kamalas in the chat. Hey, Becca. How you doing? I love when my friends join. It's always nice. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
I am. I got to make a living here. I got to make a living. 90% of Americans live 90.
You said you're voting for the criminal because you think you're going to make a living under him? There was something right off the bat here that Donald Trump wouldn't like about this conversation. I'm not even going to say it. Everybody in the chat, hold on, let's just take a moment. I ain't even going to say it. I'm not going to say a single thing. I ain't going to say a effing fudging thing. Everybody in the chat understand what the problem here was? Everybody understood what was a little odd here? Because it doesn't seem like Donald Trump would be a big fan right now, right? All right. We're just going to get up our next one because I'm not even going to entertain whatever that was. That was wild. He said, I've got to make more money, so I'm voting for Donald Trump. Fun fact, you are not part of Donald Trump's economic equation. Sorry to break the news to you. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the felon?
Nah, you're probably gonna kick me off, but I'm not gonna vote for both of them.
Okay, cool. Bye. What do you think that, well, actually, wait, hold on. Stay for a second. Listen real
Appreciate it.
closely. Listen real closely.
Yeah.
Do you think that you not voting for either makes you quirky, unique, not like other girls? Do you think that when you said that, everybody in this chat was like, oh no, oh gosh, let me clutch my pearls, he's not voting? Nobody cares. You weren't going to
never
vote in
said that.
any scenario. Goodbye. You thought you really had to join a live stream with about 2,000 people here just to say you're not voting. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares because you've never voted. You were never going to vote. Go away. Like, we're talking to voters, right?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Nate. Are you voting for the criminal?
I'm on the fence. Can you convince me why I should vote for Kamala?
Well, let's start with the fact that you have a United States flag in your profile name, but Donald Trump violated Flag Code Chapter 4, Title 1 by signing the U.S. flag, exploited the graves of soldiers at Arlington National Cemetery for a photo op, had a police report filed against him and his team for verbally abusing Arlington National Cemetery staff, refused to negotiate a deal to bring home U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, but Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did bring home that Marine. Donald Trump being the guy who dodged the draft, saluted a North Korean soldier, having his photo used as propaganda, war propaganda in North Korea. Let's also recognize that Donald Trump called veterans suckers and losers, spit on the legacy of John McCain, a war hero. Yeah. So we can start with the flag.
Okay, okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I said I had poor connection. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to hear both sides because you know how it's tough. You don't really know what politicians say.
No, it ain't
nowadays,
really that
who's really
tough. Let's
for
be
you,
so
but,
real. This is not, listen, if this was Joe Biden and Nikki Haley, we could have a conversation about why it might be tough. This is Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. They cannot be further apart. Kamala Harris is a middle-class, modern-day candidate that makes sense and can actually speak a coherent sentence. Donald Trump is tiptoeing blatant fascism, stripping away the rights of Americans, violating the Constitution, including the Second Amendment, incorporating no policies for the middle class, and then focusing on corporate tax deductions through and through, while he spews rhetoric that is, if coherent, racist. If not coherent, sounds like he's speaking blah, 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 blah. So it's really not that hard. Let's be so real. Do you want the prosecutor or dementia?
No, I'm hearing you out. I mean, you have some good points, but I did want to add something onto what you were saying. Was I'm just kidding. I'm supporting Donald Trump. By the way, you fucking soy boy bitch. You fucking pussy ass bitch. You soft ass. You ain't no fucking man. You're a little boy.
You said you were voting for Trump.
Shut your bitch ass up. Fucking
Wait,
pussy.
you said you were voting for
baby.
Trump.
Let's go.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
I'm disrespecting your own life.
Calm down. You said you were voting for Trump. Wait, why'd he run away? You guessed. Come back. You said you were voting for Trump. What are you talking about? Why'd he just say, just kidding, I'm voting for Trump? You said you were voting for Trump. Why was he so zesty, by the way? What just happened? What just happened? I think he's crushing. That was weird. Am I like crazy? He literally was like, I'm voting for Trump, but sway me. That was the point of this. It says, I'm voting for Kamala. Why are you voting for Trump? Did he think he did something there? I feel like he think he did something there. Again, guys, it says, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Why are you voting for Trump? By saying, hi, I got you. I'm voting for Trump. You know, that's what I wanted. I wanted you to come up if you're voting for Trump. Do you, what just happened? What just happened? That was really weird. That one was that was creepy, right? Like that was a little creepy. That was weird. He's like, I'm just kidding. I got you. I'm voting for Trump. Hello? Why are you voting for Trump is the question.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for Trump.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm actually crying. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. You're on mute. Sorry, unmute. How long were you waiting to talk to me? Oh my gosh.
No, I just hopped on, but I don't
No,
get it.
ma'am, it says you were waiting like 20 minutes. Were you literally
No, I
waiting
just
20
hopped-
minutes
I
just to
just
show us
hopped
this?
on.
Do you want to see something really funny, though, about voting for Trump after you wait 20 minutes to talk to me? I can just say, hocus pocus, and poof, you're gone. Oh, did I just waste 20 minutes of your time? Oop, bye. Ma'am, don't come on here and flash your Trump flag at us. That's so weird. However, if you do want to see a nice flag, I got you. A little hotties for Harris action. Yeah, because the hotties are for Harris. Also, folks, I think we're going to end it for tonight because I want to go make dinner. So low-key, I wasn't going to talk to her. Folks, if you are with me on this, I think it's dinner time. It's about 6:30 on the West Coast, 9:30 on the East Coast. It's about dinner time. So if you haven't already, hit that follow button in the top left corner and join our little family. Would love to have you as part of the team. Other than that, I do hope everybody is having a great night. If you do want to continue tuning into debates, I'll give you somebody who might be good to join. However, I will say, I think everybody should really go enjoy the night because it's Friday night. Like really, I think everybody should hop off TikTok for a little bit, go eat. I'm talking about the Republicans on here, the Democrats on here, the MAGA Republicans, everybody. I think everybody should seriously go take some time. It's Friday night. Go eat some food. Go get some ice cream. Go do whatever you want. Have some fun. Chill out. Enjoy some time away from like TikTok for a little bit. But yeah, what are you guys having for dinner, by the way? What are y'all having for dinner? I think I'm going to go make like a mussel shrimp thingy. My ma, growing up, would always make this phenomenal like shrimp mussels and like imitation crab like sauce with pasta. And so I kind of want to replicate that, I guess. Brisket, Becca, that sounds phenomenal. Mexican food. I made soup, burrito. What kind of soup? Pancakes. Breakfast for dinner sounds so good. Breakfast for dinner sounds so good. I have beef with. I went to the grocery store today and I got a box of cookies. I thought it was a box of cookies. And so I was like, I can't wait to eat these. They're like pumpkin snickerdoodles. It's going to be phenomenal. I get home. I open the box and it is mix. And nowhere on the box does it say it's mix. It says cookies. It didn't feel like mix. It is mix. I have such beef with the grocery store because I have nothing to make the cookies. Now I just have powder. And I might still eat the powder, frankly, because I really want cookies. I'm so mad. I was so mad. I was like fuming that I don't have cookies. like I just got a box of mix and I got to stare at a photo of cookies on the front label of it. Kathy's having pizza. I don't have anything to make the cookies. That's the thing. It's like, they're like, you need butter. I'm like, I don't carry butter like that because I don't normally cook with butter. I'll do like vegetable oil and stuff. So it's just deeply disappointing. Linguine, that sounds good. Fruit bowl. I could go for fruit right now. Anyhow, do you folks have plans tonight? Or are you kind of all just chilling at home? I know that we're all getting off of the work week. It's been like a pretty busy week. Next week's going to be even busier. I mean, we're really peaking up on the election. So it's like everything just seems so busy now. Y'all are chilling at home, playing games, finances, home with the cats. What kind of cats you got? Yeah, it sounds like we're all pretty much chilling. That's great. Well, that's good. College football. Yeah. Coloring at home. What are you coloring? You're coloring? That sounds fun. I haven't colored in so long. I used to love coloring. Like I would do that all the time at work and stuff. It's just like therapeutic, I think. Short-haired domestics, nice. Salsa dancing. Somebody said salsa dancing? You're salsa dancing? Ooh. Salsa dancing sounds cool. I can't dance like that, but I respect immensely people who can. Movie and games. That sounds cool. Working an expo in the morning. I know what you mean. Yep. You're making a Halloween costume. Pam, what's your Halloween costume? Pumpkin patch tomorrow. That sounds cool. You know what I noticed? There are already the holiday stuff. You know how they put out the holiday stuff earlier and earlier every single year? It is already out, and it has been out since September. Do we all recognize that? Like, holiday stuff has been out since September. They're going to start putting holiday stuff out in June. It's insane. It's like they just get earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier with it. I kind of like it. I don't mind that it's out. I like it, but I'm just noticing that it really has gotten earlier and earlier every single year. I'm like, can we please do Halloween first? Like, let us just get through this one first. Soon it's going to be 4th of July and they're going to be like, Merry Christmas. Like, calm down. Donna, you have your tree up already? That's awesome. What kind of tree is it? Is it like one of the white trees or pink trees, gray trees, blue trees? Like, is it like a colored tree? Because I could totally see why you have it up then. Warm holidays. Christmas in July, exactly. They're going to be like, well, you know what? We do Christmas in July, so why not just put out the Christmas stuff in July and keep it there until December anyhow? Anyway, folks, all right, we're going to end it here. I hope you all have a good night. I want to say another massive thank you to our mods. If we can get some W mods in the chat, thank you to our mods for keeping the chat like as a safe space for us, for keeping things under control. Greatly appreciate it. Other than that, I also want to make clear we did flip a Republican today. And also, I want to read to you a message I got. This isn't the Republican. We flipped a Republican online. We also flipped a couple offline. But a message I got from a first-time voter. This one made my day. This was so nice. She said, "Hi, Johnny. I am 18 years old, first-time voter, and I'll be voting for Kamala Harris entirely because of you." And to be clear, it's not entirely because of me. It is me, but it's also you. This is us. This is our community. The community that we have built here is why she is a first-time voter for Kamala Harris. So when she says me, no, it's not me. This is us. This is you, me, this entire chat here. So she says, I'm 18 years old, first-time voter, and I will be voting for Kamala Harris entirely because of you and the education you spread daily. I watch you every day. You folks are amazing. I just wanted to let you know that you're making a difference. Coming from a small rural town with a mostly Republican family, you're doing something right. Thank you for all you do and the awareness you spread. That's because of us, folks. We're making progress here. So know that the safe space that we're creating here as a community is doing well, and it's inviting young voters, new voters to the table. And it's also flipping Republicans. Because again, this isn't a fight between Democrats and Republicans. It's just not. This is a battle for the nation between America and Donald Trump. This is America against MAGA. It's America versus MAGA. It is not Democrat versus Republican anymore, because even Republicans support Kamala. Let's be real. Anyhow, have a good night, folks.